Welcome to the stream, everyone. We will be on the air live in about 1 minute. And man, do we have a lot to talk about, don't we? Oh, man. Trump is not playing with these people. Let's see. Oh, man. If you're new to the stream, make sure you subscribe. Everyone like the video. Oh, man. Welcome, everyone. Give me a 1 if you love Trump in the chat.
Try Swiffer Wet.
Here we go.
With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet. The faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Yes. Oh, man. Welcome to the program, everyone. That's right. My name is Brian Craig. You are listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. And, man, do we have a lot to talk about. Oh, man. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. You may have heard President Trump is filing a lawsuit against CNN for $475 million. I'm going to read through his statement on True Social. And we're also going to talk about this Elaine Chao, Mitch McConnell business of Trump, which is beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, man. But let's first get to this. So President Trump, he's suing CNN for $475 million. And he says he's going to sue other outlets, too. Fake news. People say fake news all the time. I don't know how many of you actually think about that. The days of reporters out there reporting are over in the mainstream media. They don't report news. It's all editorial. I'm an editorialist. I'm an opinion maker here, right? I'm not the news. I talk about the news, but I'm not out investigating and reporting the news from a nonpartisan, non-biased way for you out there to decide. I share my thoughts and opinions, as does Steve, and you can decide what you want to think based on what we say, but we are opinion makers. We are editorialists. And that's obvious, right? The news media call themselves news, but it's all editorial. And what President Trump is saying is they've weaponized news, which is true, to push an agenda. And there's no doubt about that. When's the last time you really saw news being reported? If there's a news story out there, all they do, and this goes for all of them, they give you a headline, and then they have a couple people sit around a couch or a table and talk about it from the liberal viewpoint and then the conservative viewpoint. That's not news. And the media have a real racket going. Their sources are to remain confidential. They think they're a priest in confessional. Their sources can remain confidential. Well, who knows if they even have sources? If your sources are confidential, don't you think at some point you get to a place where, well, you really don't need sources? You can just say you have sources and you keep your sources confidential. And then you can make up anything you want and say that your anonymous sources are telling you this. This anonymous source racket with the media started with the lies against Richard Nixon with Woodward and Bernstein at the Washington Post during Watergate reporting. It was anonymous sources, and then it became the norm. There was a time when you needed to have real sources who came forward, and then you would have to have another source verifying what the first source told you. Now all you got to do is make crap up and say, well, my sources say, and my sources are anonymous. And these reporters act like they have all these sources They just make crap up and credit unnamed sources. Sources tell me. Yeah, right. They have no sources. So, if they call themselves news, think about it. If they call themselves news and it's all editorialized, is that misrepresenting what they are doing to the public? Is there a crime being committed? There was a time, editorializing's fine if you say that's what it is. I remember on the local news, I don't know, do they do this on the local news anymore? I haven't seen one of these in a long time, and I watch the local news in Palm Beach County very regularly. They used to do this thing where the general manager, remember when they used to do this? All the time in local news. It was kind of a cool thing that they did. On local news stations, general managers of local news stations would do an editorial at the end of the newscast. And because of equal time, they would, if some viewer at home disagree, you could just be some guy sitting on your couch, right? If the editorial by the general manager of the TV station, you wanted to take issue with it, you could call up the station, and they were obligated and would do this, put you on television responding to the editorial at the end of the newscast. It was cool. I used to love those, especially the responses from the viewers. They were hilarious. Steve did that once. They did an editorial on Channel 10, WPLG. Was it Channel 10? Might have been Channel 10. I can't remember. They did on one of the local stations in Miami. What was the one where the guy who passed away used to drive around in the taxi cab? Remember that guy? It was that station, because I remember the taxi cab was there. They did an editorial about Steve. I couldn't believe it. Something he was working on the show. He called him up. Next day we went down there and he did a response. It was beautiful. But the news used to be the news. So if it's all editorializing, hey, that's not right. So President Trump put a statement out on Truth Social. Listen to this. Statement by Donald J. Trump, 45th President of the United States of America. And it is on his Truth Social profile. A lawsuit was filed today against CNN. This is the President Trump statement. The once prestigious news channel that has devolved into a purveyor of disinformation, defamation, and fake news at a level which the American public and indeed the world will not even believe is possible. For years I have watched this take place, often in disbelief, but the time has finally come to hold CNN responsible and legally accountable for their willful deception and defamatory statements made about me and both directly and indirectly my strong, devoted, and patriotic supporters. People who love the United States of America have been treated very unfairly at so many levels. $475 million lawsuit. He says, we may bring appropriate action against the unselect committee of the January 6th committee. That would be beautiful. In the coming weeks and months, we will be filing lawsuits against a large number of other fake news media companies for their lies, defamation, and wrongdoing. Oh, man. What President Trump is doing is absolutely amazing. This is the next year of news. You know that, right? Next year is going to be a big year. It's going to be, well, the presidential election season will start. They go on for 2 years now. So at some point, President Trump's probably going to come down the escalator again, or will he do it at Mar-a-Lago? I don't know. He'll make his announcement, but then these defamation lawsuits are going to be going on against all the major media. And, you know, what they did to Nick Sandmann is a textbook example. Even when I woke up on the weekend, I don't know if it was a Saturday or a Sunday, and I saw the CNN reporting with that guy who claimed to be an Indian and who was not, and this thing with Nick Sandmann, and they I was like, what are these? These kids are wearing MAGA hats, behave. I even was upset at Sandmann and these guys. Remember that? When they did that? And it was all fake news, defamation, and they paid him a boatload of money. Undisclosed amounts, but a boatload of money. He'll never have to worry again, Nick Sandmann. And he shouldn't, because that will follow him in his obituary, even if he didn't sue. So, no, the damage was severe. And Trump's got damages, too. You know, what President Trump is doing here is to just get the American media back into the business that they're supposed to be in, and that is being news. Not being opinion makers, not being editorialist. Oh, man. You know, huge sale going on at MyPillow right now, courtesy of Mike Lindell for you and the Steve Kane listening audience. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener specials, and when you go there, you're going to see the overstock sales. Go to the overstock sales. When you go to the overstock sales section, with our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, you can save up to 90% off. You heard me right, 90% off. But you've got to use our promo code Kane, and these are on a lot of the top MyPillow products, including the bath towels. The bath mats. I told my wife to order bath mats. I did not know MyPillow had bath mats. She's ordering bath mats to match our towels. That's right. The MyPillow body pillow, the MyPillow clothing, the MyPillow blankets, the pillowcases. They have couch pillows, and they even have this new 3-inch MyPillow featherbed topper. You can save up to 90% off, but you've got to use the promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. Stand with Mike Lindell. He stands with us, doesn't he? Oh, yeah, he does. And start your Christmas shopping right now. So go to MyPillow.com. Use our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. Save up to 90% off. MyPillow.com, radio listener specials, and then you'll see the overstock sales section. Save up to 90% off, but you've got to use our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. All right. Callers on hold, stand by. My name is Brian Craig. We'll take some calls and got a lot more to talk about, too. Don't go anywhere. Our number, toll free, 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. Back after this. Steve Kane Show. Oh.
And she will answer all your Medicare questions. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
Hurricane season is here, and now is the time to make a plan and secure your home. Take inventory of your home's hurricane preparedness kit. Don't forget about your pets. Even if you evacuate, secure your home's windows and doors from the storm. Being prepared helps protect your family.
If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, and everyone, please like the video.
Plan today. Know your zone, know your home. Learn more at floridadisaster.org. This message is sponsored by Florida Division of Emergency Management, Florida Association of Broadcasters, this radio station.
This is Lori Kane. When people go to the dentist, they think of the pain, but the biggest pain is the cost. Not with Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care. The dental work is painless, and the prices are painless too. Call today, 954-922-4633, 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633, BrightonDentalCare.com.
Join us for Moments of Scripture, hosted by Jan Coleman every Sunday morning from 6 to 6:30 a.m. We will read the Bible, pray, and offer blessings to all who listen in the name of our Lord and Savior. Moments of Scripture every Sunday at 6 a.m.
It's hurricane season, and if you have a wet spot on your ceiling, you have a leak in your roof.
Well, thank you, Lisa. Yeah, the food is spectacular.
We call Tom Laporta. He's the best in the business. Remember, small leaks turn into medium leaks, and medium leaks turn into big problems. Call licensed contractor.
Give me a 1 if you love
free roof inspection. 954-604-4602, and tell him Steve Kane sent you.
A sniffle here and a sneeze there. Your first thought is what? Uh-oh, I'm coming down with something. But did you ever think you might not be sick. You might have an allergy. Find out and have your allergies tested at any lab test now with Coral Springs or any lab test now with Boca. Any lab test now with Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive in the southeast corner of University and Ravenwood by the Coral Square. Give them a call. 955.
That's right. Todd, yeah. Did you look how he died? No, look it up.
Lab test now with Boca is in the Sandalfield Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. They will test for both environmental and food allergies. No appointment is necessary. And make sure you mention you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian.
Yes. Oh, man. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Hey, are you suffering from pain? You don't have to. Call Dr. Philip Appleton. Oh, man. Talk to him about laser away pain. It's been a month. It'll be a month this week since he rid me of my knee pain. But Dr. Appleton's laser away pain system works on more than just knee pain, arthritis, bursitis, work and sports injuries, strains and sprains, repetitive motion injuries, any joint, neck, back, tennis elbow, wrist, your fingers, your hands, sciatica, spinal stenosis, fibromyalgia, rotary tears, herniated discs. Do you have acute? Do you have chronic pain? The list goes on and on. If you've got pain, Dr. Philip Appleton and his laser away pain system can help. He's in Pompano. His office is about a mile north of Cypress Creek Road on the west side of Powerline. No appointments are necessary. Same-day appointments are available. You can just walk right in. In fact, you don't even need an appointment. Walk-ins are welcome because Dr. Appleton knows when you're in pain, you need help, you need relief, you need it now. He's also open 6 days a week, the 6th being Saturday. There are no injections, no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Give him a call. 954-973-0710. Make sure you tell him you heard about him on the radio so you can take advantage of the no-charge consultation. 954-973-0710 and online, AppletonCairo.com. All right, yeah, so President Trump is suing CNN for $474 million for being fake news. I think it's a legitimate lawsuit, and the news needs to get back to being what it once was, actual news. Hard news reporting. Remember, Fox used to say this. They dropped that. We report and you decide. Well, even Fox got rid of that years ago. All right, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike.
You know, this is, remember, the guy who's taken over CNN did say he wanted to get back to doing more news.
Yeah, well, I don't see any of that. I mean, you know, he's just putting other liberal jerks on in the place of liberal jerks he's moving around and firing. I haven't seen any changes.
I haven't seen any changes as well. And look, it's not. This opens up everything. Now, New York, soon the New York Times, the LA Times, etc., etc., etc. All these liberal rags that reported all these news, you know, and here's something else to think about. Letitia James better watch herself, because everything she said is basically to defame. Everything she said she'd do when she said she'd prosecute him is basically defaming his character.
Well, you know, they had Michael Cohen practically living there. They had the sleaze. Who was the Stormy Daniels lawyer? Michael Avenatti was moved in there. You know, and all they do is make crap up, and they call themselves news. It's actually in their name, Cable News Network. You know, it's okay to be an editorialist. It's okay to give opinions, but don't pass yourself off as news, which implies that everything you say is fact-based when you're not.
Didn't John Brennan and James Comey and stuff at one point work for CNN?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so you've got. I mean, this is big. This is. I mean, 430. He may not get to 435. $474
million, but well. Yeah, but the thing is, he's going to go to court, and there's going to be discovery, and there's going to be things that are in open court, and we're going to have all. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful.
And that's the best case scenario is he gets the money. He wins and he gets the money, and he gets the discovery. But that money's going to go. That money is going to go right into his coffers, into his campaign for 2024.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if you noticed this, and I'm going to get to the story on Mitch McConnell and his wife in a bit, but do you notice Donald Trump has every major media outlet promoting Truth Social now, right? His lawsuit against CNN, they're sharing the statement on Truth Social, this thing about Mitch McConnell and Elaine Chao, Mitch's wife. They're showing the post that he put on Truth Social all over all the news outlets, including CNN. He is on a he's a brilliant guy. Look at all this free marketing he's getting for Truth Social, Donald Trump.
Absolutely, and as far as the cocoa thing goes with Elaine Chao, you know who hasn't said a word about it? Elaine Chao.
That's right. That's right. Hey, Mike, thanks for the call. I'm glad I want to get into this. Okay. So, President Trump put this post on Truth Social about Mitch McConnell and his wife, Elaine Chao, and the media, including Fox News and CNN, they're just having meltdowns over it. Here's Jake Tapper, and because Elaine Chao is Chinese, she's Asian, she's of Asian descent, Jake Tapper has to bring an Asian, probably Chinese, but had to bring an Asian commentator that I've never seen before in studio with the rest, because if you're talking about an Asian story or a story involving an Asian person, you've got to have an Asian person to give their opinion on it. It's so weird over there. This is Jake Tapper last night on this. President Trump referred to Elaine Chao as Coco Chow in his Truth Social post, and Jake Tapper just doesn't like it.
And he's mad at Elaine Chao, his former transportation secretary, presumably because she resigned from his staff or resigned from his cabinet on January 6th. But still, China-loving, it's just racist.
At this time of increased anti-Asian hate and attacks on Asian Americans, this is something, the kind of thing that is just further fuel on the fire here.
Okay. Now, if you don't listen to my podcast, you should. The Brian Craig Show podcast is on all podcast platforms. I co-host the podcast with my wife, Kathy. That's right. And the Brian Craig Show podcast was named the number 3 must-listen-to conservative podcast in America. Number 1 was Mark Levin. Number 2, Glenn Beck's The Blaze. And number 3, the Brian Craig Show podcast on all podcast platforms, including iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Audible, and also on my YouTube channel. But my wife and I were talking about this on the podcast last night, and I want to hear your thoughts on this at 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Coco Chow, it's racist. He calls her China-loving. Well, she is China-loving. She is from China. She was born in China. Her family are very prominent in China, right? This is not racist, calling her Coco Chow. First off, her last name is Chow. She didn't change it to McConnell. Elaine Chao goes by Chow. And my wife and I were talking about this on the podcast last night, and this is what I think, and I want to hear your thoughts on this. I believe that Coco is her nickname. That's right. Mitch McConnell and Elaine Chao have not commented on this, and I've never heard Coco being used as a racial slur towards an Asian person. Now, if Mitch McConnell's wife was black or biracial, like black and, mixed, that might be racial. I think her nickname is Coco. I think they call her Coco, including Mitch. President Trump knows her. She was in his cabinet because she is rich. She's from a rich, super rich Chinese family. Remember, they gave $15 million dowry to Mitch. And I think they call her Coco like Coco Chanel. And they're all out there calling him a racist. And I bet you it's her nickname. Elaine Chao and Mitch McConnell have not commented on it. And like everything else, he's going to be clear. I want to hear your thoughts on that at 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Do you think Coco was like her real nickname? I think it is. How is Coco a racial slur against an Asian person? That doesn't even make sense. And she is from China. And her family are prominent Chinese business owners over there. Millionaires like Trump rich in China. 1-888-GO-CANE-1's the number. 888-465-20 631. I've got more on this when we get back, because Brett Baer was very upset. Do you think Coco is Elaine Chow's nickname? Trump would know. She was in his cabinet. 888-GO-KANE-1. Back after this. Do you think Coco is Elaine Chow's nickname? Trump would know. What do you guys think? 888-GO-KANE-1. Back after this. What do you guys think? Call me on the air about this. I really do think. Hey, Dion. Welcome. Hey, Chuck. Her last name's Chow. I'm telling you, it is her nickname. Telling you.
Coming up this morning at 10 a.m. From the Tweery's Rare Coins and Jewelry Weather Center. Tweery's, the most trusted dealer in rare coins, fine jewelry, precious metals, and more since 1982. Here's the oldies weather forecast.
Yeah. And I said it first on my podcast last night. No one has suggested. I heard everyone talking about this Coco thing yesterday. If she were black or biracial, maybe they could make a case, but telling you. Does anyone here in the chat have a nickname? If you do, what is it? What's your nickname? I don't have a nickname. But do you guys have a nickname? Yeah. Yeah, it's the nickname because she's rich.
This one is sponsored by Kelly Blue Book. Kelly Blue Book instant cash offers an official offer to buy your car into your vehicle ID and full answers. Questions to get into application offer to sell or trading. Then choose the dealer to purchase your car. Schedule a time to drive away with confidence for all the it's KBB.com in. That's drop numbers bar.
It's Dean Mucho here with Kevin from Tweery's Rare Coins and Jewelry. Kevin, are all these listeners certainly have the coins and gold and diamonds, watches. When they bring them to sell, will they get cash in their hand? We offer cash, check, or bank wires for larger transactions. Do you find that parents come into Tweery's with items not trusting their kids to maybe get the fair price?
Oh, man. Yeah, what are some nicknames you guys have? I don't have a nickname. I mean, I'm sure some people have nicknames for me I wouldn't like, but Pops? Yeah, that's right. Ice-T's wife's nickname is Coco. Her name is, it's got to be her nickname, Coco, Ice-T's wife. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's her nickname. There's no getting around it. Listen, give me a 1 for yes and a 2 for no. 1 yes, 2 for no. Do you think Coco is Elaine Chow's nickname that Mitch calls her? Yes or no? 1 is yes, 2 is no. Yeah, you guys got to call me on the air about this. Talking in the chat room doesn't. You got to call me on the air. Yeah.
And they have their energy back, just like Trump. They're standing up tall, and they feel years younger. Now, it's always a free consultation with Dr. Matez when you tell them you heard about him on the radio. 561-320-8893. 561-320-8893.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly.
I bet you they even called her Coco at the White House. It's her nickname. Mm-hmm.
Call 800-838-4715 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and...
All right, here we go. Come back about 30 seconds or so. I'm going to play the Brett Baer meltdown over this. He had Youngkin on.
Five 561-245-8101. 561-245-8101. And make sure you tell him you heard about him on The Steve Kane Show.
Now, back to The Steve Kane Show, celebrating 45 years on the air.
Yes, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. It's The Steve Kane Show. Oh, man. So, yeah, I'm watching television yesterday. All day long, they're calling President Trump a racist for this Truth Social post where he referred to Elaine Chao as China-loving, which is true because she is from China. Her family is a very prominent and very wealthy family in China, right? Her dad went to school with the past president of China, so she does love China. She's Chinese. Her family there are very successful business people. And he also, President Trump, in his Truth Social post, called her Coco Chow. And I'm here to tell you, I believe Coco, like Ice-T's wife, is her nickname. Coco. What kind of racial slur is Coco towards someone who's Asian? So, yeah, so the media, they're having meltdowns. Let me play the Jake Tapper one again. Jake Tapper thinks it's racist. Listen, and then he has to, of course, talk to an Asian man to find out. Yeah.
And he's mad at Elaine Chao, his former transportation secretary, presumably because she resigned from his staff or resigned from his cabinet on January 6th, but still, China-loving, I mean, it's just racist.
I mean, at this time of increased anti-Asian hate and attacks on Asian Americans, I mean, this is something, the kind of thing that is, just further fuel on the fire here.
Oh, yeah. All those people on the streets of New York attacking Asian people, they're doing it in the name of Trump. Are you kidding me? Okay, so that's Jake Tapper on scene. He's just having a meltdown. Coco Chow, that's racist. I'm telling you, it is her nickname from Coco Chanel because she's rich. Now, I expect that from CNN, but Fox News, this is Brett Baer. He has Youngkin in studio, and he knows Youngkin has distanced himself from Trump, so he can have somebody, go along with what he wants to say. Here's Brett Baer. By the way, I want to hear your thoughts on this. Do you believe, yes or no, is Coco Elaine Chao's real nickname that Mitch calls her? What do you think? 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Here's Brett Baer.
When you have the former president over the weekend posting on Truth Social this statement that raises a lot of eyebrows and calls for, he says that Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell has a death wish and that he must seek immediate help.
Okay, now that death wish thing, everybody knows what that is. That is political death wish. He doesn't want to be the majority leader. If he's going to stay in the Senate, he won't be the boss anymore. That's what that means. We all know that, Brett Baer. Come on.
As advice from his China-loving wife, Coco Chow. That's to quote from the Post. What do you say to that, and how do you react to it?
I like the drama. How do you react to it? Dramatic pause, dramatic tone.
Well, Brett, you know I'm not a name caller. And in fact, what I focused on and continue to focus on is bringing people together around common sense solutions to these most difficult and, oh, by the way, most difficult issues that are facing people around their kitchen tables every night. And we have great answers for these. But this thing doesn't actually win. Right?
This thing doesn't help? What, calling her by her name? She's from China. Her family have a big business in China. They're Trump rich in China. How's this racist?
Over and over again by pressing forward answers to problems.
That post doesn't help.
Yeah, but Brett, I've just found that calling people names is not the way to put forth a good idea.
Oh my goodness, Youngkin, jerk. Yeah, Brett Baer, another one. Give me a break. Give me this is Trump derangement syndrome. They hate this guy so much. He can, I love they say, is it wise? Is it helpful? Nothing he says, nothing he does will ever get anything from the media other than condemning him, calling him a racist, calling him ethnocentric, calling him this, calling him a criminal. And I find it very interesting that Mitch and Elaine have not commented on it. And obviously there were reasons behind that, because that's her nickname. And, I was listening to people talk about this all day yesterday. I didn't hear a single person pick up on that. Oh, man, I tell you, these people are crazy. Okay, now, Tucker picked up on this last night. This is Blinken talking about the Nord Stream pipeline.
Ultimately, this is also a tremendous opportunity. It's a tremendous opportunity to, once and for all, remove the dependence on Russian energy, and thus to take away from Vladimir Putin the weaponization of energy as a means of advancing his imperial designs. That's very significant, and that offers tremendous strategic opportunity for the years to come. But meanwhile, we're determined to do everything we possibly can to make sure that the consequences of all of this are not borne by citizens in our countries, or for that matter, around the world.
Okay, so this is Blinken, the most effeminate Secretary of State the United States has ever had. Madeleine Albright was more masculine than Blinken. I'm serious, she was. The explosion on the Nord Stream pipeline out of Russia is a terrible disaster. First off, the liberals... When is the last time a pipeline broke that the liberals were not having meltdowns over it? Right? The Nord Stream exploded and caused an environmental disaster in the Baltic Sea, and the liberals don't even seem to care about that. I remember when they had that explosion on the oil platform in the Gulf of Mexico, men lost their lives. They couldn't care at all. They were worried about the fish and the sand on the beach with the oil, which did no damage, by the way. There was no oil spill out of that. Remember that? Keystone XL? No, that wasn't Keystone XL. What was the name of the platform that blew up? That's the pipeline. I can't remember. But the Nord Stream pipeline is the first environmental disaster with a pipeline that I've not seen the liberals just have freakouts about. And now Blinken, big lefty, it's this environmental disaster. It's a good thing. Whoa. When it's a terrible thing. And I'm not talking about from an environmental aspect. It brings us closer to war. You know that clock from The Watchmen, the countdown to the nuclear holocaust? It's another tick closer to midnight now, right? Yeah. So how can you say it's a good thing? Tucker Carlson, he said that Blinken saying that the Nord Stream pipeline explosion is a good thing is a confirmation that the United States did it. Oh yeah, because if we didn't do it, and you're in Blinken's position, when you're the Secretary of State, you're the top diplomat for the United States of America. You're advocating for the United States, and you're trying to cool off tensions. If we didn't do it, Blinken, well, he might say, hey, listen, it's a good thing because it's a financial blow to Putin. He would also say, but it's an environmental crisis. We got to take care of this. And also, we didn't do it, and we don't want anybody to think we did this, including and very especially Mr. Putin. But he didn't do that. Blinken, whoever blew up the pipeline, he's praising that. And he's not worried about the environmental impact. Oh my goodness, there's craziness going on right now, and you have to block out a lot of this stuff because it's too scary. You got Halloween coming up, and this is scarier than that. But I think Tucker Carlson's right. I think Blinken's attitude, talking about an environmental disaster being a good thing, is a confirmation that the United States did it. Oh my goodness. What's going on? What's going on with America? Did Donald Trump raise the bar so high that we just didn't see how bad our leaders were in Washington in the past? Or have they gotten worse? Have they always been this openly corrupt? Or were they always corrupt and hiding it from us? I don't know. But I do know this. Our leaders are corrupt. They're taking us in dangerous territories. And this country is suffering on many, many different fronts. You know, this hurricane that hit the west coast of Florida is devastating. It's very hard to watch. I've seen places that I went through all my life, like Fort Myers Beach, and it's gone. Fort Myers was the first time I went and swam in the Gulf of Mexico, was at Fort Myers Beach. It's gone. It's gone. You know, and we were talking last week, how will this affect Florida in the midterms? I'll tell you what, there's a lot of Democrats who are going to be voting for Ron DeSantis because he has done such a great job. I was hearing from someone yesterday who was in line for gas over there. They said the gas line was 1/10 of a mile long. That's amazingly short in a natural disaster like this after a hurricane. I've waited in gas lines for many hours that were miles and miles long. I remember the gas station on the Turnpike in Pompano. I waited in line for that in the northbound lane, and I was way south of the toll plaza on the Turnpike for that gas station on the Turnpike after a hurricane we had years ago. Listen, we're going to take our last break of the first hour of the program. It's the Steve Kane Show. My name is Brian Craig. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call no matter where you're calling from. We'll be back after this. 2631. It's a toll-free call no matter where you're calling from. We'll be back after this.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9. One of the luxury cabinets is your local cabinet showroom right in Boca Raton, specializing in custom cabinets and countertops, providing luxury design and installation each style, embodying a distinct character and a vibe that's unique to your personality and style. Stop to our showroom at Florida Luxury Cabinets. Your free consultation. Florida Luxury Cabinets, 2621 North Central Highway in Boca Raton. Call 561-646-8560. That's 561-646-8560.
Steve Kane Show. Boy, what they're doing to Herschel Walker is brutal. Steve Kane Show. Damn.
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The biggest cash for your items happens this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at one location, Tweeries of Green Acres. America's biggest buyers of precious metals, all under one roof for 3 days only. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Tweeries of Green Acres. Don't miss your chance to get the most cash for your unused items. This huge buying event will happen at one location only, Tweeries of Green Acres. Tweeries is located at 3971 Jog Road, Green Acres. That's this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 10 a.m. till 4:30 at one location. Tweeries, 3971 Jog Road, Green Acres. Online at TWERYS.com.
This is Steve Kane. I want to say
Yes, yes. Oh, man. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. It's Tuesday. Callers on hold, stand by. And again, I want to say thank you to all the listeners who came out and met Steve and myself over at Anne Marie's and had lunch with us on Sunday. You know, we didn't do appearances for a long, long time. Some of it was because of COVID, obviously, but some of it was because Steve's neuropathy. Yeah. You know, very difficult when you have neuropathy to get out and about. And Steve had every neuropathy symptom there is, Steve had. Numbness, pain, burning, tingling in his hands and feet, muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching, that feeling of pins and needles in his hands and feet. And we didn't do appearances for a long time because of that. And then we found Lighthouse Medical Center. You know, if it wasn't for Lighthouse Medical Center and their treatment for Steve's neuropathy symptoms, I would have been at Anne Marie's by myself without Steve on Sunday. But Steve was able to go because of their treatment, which works. Listen, if you or someone you know and love have neuropathy, you know how bad it is. And I know what your doctors say because Steve's been through this with his own doctor. Steve went to a neurologist. No treatment, nothing, live with it. That's it, that torture. You know, just live with it. That's the rest of your life. It's not the case. Call Lighthouse Medical Center. They're in Pompano. It's a no-charge consultation if you mention you heard about them on the radio. Here's the number, 754-222-6642. 754, did I misspeak? It's 754-222-6642. Again, 754-222-6642. Online, lighthousemedicalcenter.com. All right, let's go. You're on the radio. Greg 2.
Yes, it's Greg for DeSantis. I'm no longer Greg 2. First of all, Greg 1 disappeared years ago. I haven't listened to your show that often, but I haven't heard him for the past few years. That being said, O'Brien, with all the things ongoing with this world, this country, why does Donald Trump decide to comment on Elaine Chao? We had has he thrown anything on his platform or raised money?
I'm sure he's done something. I don't know. We know on our call last week we found you had done nothing. I'm sure you've done something since. I'm sure. Yeah, I know. So you don't want to like a jerk, but let me tell you this. No, excuse me. You ask why does he bring up Elaine Chao and this China business? Because China has way too much influence over every level of our government, from Biden on down, and of course Mitch McConnell, and he's calling it out, and it's very important. That's why.
Now, when Florida the people are suffering, he's a Floridian.
Okay, so what you're saying is he can't multitask. You know, he can't talk about China buying off our top officials, including the president, because a hurricane hit. Give me a break.
You're yelling. Tone down your voice.
Yeah, I know. Calm down, yeah.
Listen. Why has he thrown out anything on his platform about the hurricane?
I don't know.
No,
I don't know. I don't know.
Right now, during your next break, check it out.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do what you tell me to do. You're not going to give me tasks. Let me tell you, if you're so concerned, walk away from your law practice for the next month. Go over to Fort Myers and help with the cleanup, Greg.
Listen, why don't you walk away from
Why don't you offer your legal services for free on the West Coast to help people with their insurance problems if you're attacking people for not doing enough?
First of all, that's not my expertise.
Oh, that's not your expertise. Well, you know how to pick up garbage, don't you? Go over there and help with the cleanup if you're so concerned.
I actually contributed a...
oh, sure you did. Yeah.
You know what?
Because of me. If that's true, you did it because of me, because last week you did nothing. I told you my wife and I donated, so all of a sudden you donated. I don't know, I told you. My wife handles all the finances in my family. I don't have anything to do with it.
Eating dinner together? You don't say, by the way, how much did we donate?
No, I didn't.
No one believes your story.
I know, no one believes it. I know.
We contributed, but you have no idea.
You know, I got to tell you, we've got great sponsors for many different conditions, but we really could use one that can help treat people of both Trump derangement syndrome, and in Greg's case, Brian Craig derangement syndrome. If there's a doctor out there that probably has psychological expertise that can help with that, we'd love to share. We got a lot of customers for you.
You know what? I call in and speak reasonably, and you yell at me. You call people like, oh, listen, you make fun of people's looks. You know, you're no supermodel yourself, and anything else. But you're derogatory towards so many people. And I've never said one negative thing to you. I've never.
What are you talking about? You say negative things about me all the time in your calls. You're questioning. You question my. You called me a liar just a moment ago about donating to hurricane relief through that Casey DeSantis fund.
Because no one believes.
No one believes me. I know. No one believes me.
Can call in. Richie will say you don't.
No one believes me except those who do.
You know what? Why don't you talk to your wife during the break and see how much you actually donated?
No. Well, first off, I'm not going to do anything that you tell me to do. That's number one. Number two, my wife donates to a whole bunch of different charities and oftentimes individuals, and we don't brag about what we give and who we give to. I only mention the Casey DeSantis, the Florida First Lady Fund, because Florida needs help, and I'm promoting that. I have no idea. I'm sorry that I got the kind of marriage where I just trust my wife, and I don't hold the checkbook over my wife's whole head like in Mad Men or something. Yeah, bye. Oh boy, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Goodness.
Oh, Richie. Oh, you got a reference in that call by Greg. He referenced you.
Oh my goodness. Listen, I'll answer Greg. The reason President Trump is bringing it up now is because it's an election. Withheld.
Yeah, and he's also in league with China and the Democrats and Biden, and it's important to point out.
Now, Elaine Chow, either that's her nickname or she's Coco because she probably buys all Coco pocketbooks and shoes and everything else.
Chanel, yeah, she's a Chanel girl. That's why they call her Coco. I'm telling you, her nickname is Coco, and it's because she's rich and buys fancy things, and they call her Coco Chow. She's the Asian Coco Chanel. That's exactly, I'm telling you, that's why Elaine Chow and Mitch haven't responded.
And not only that, listen, these are influence peddlers on Brett Baer and all of these creeps on media. All they want to do is influence American people. You want influence? Go shopping in a supermarket. Go put gas in your car. Go try to pay your taxes that are going up on homes. Try to pay anything and see where your dollar is taking you. That's influence, okay? And the bottom.
Yeah, in fact, one of the reasons that so many people didn't evacuate is they can't afford to because of Biden's wrecked economy.
And I'm going to say another thing. I am very disappointed, and please, I wouldn't attack him. I'm not attacking him. If I could call back, I would tell him right to the radio. But I didn't want to get him upset yesterday. I had called in Steve, because the fact of the matter is, yeah, Putin is like Hitler, but if you would have had a bomb, if Hitler would have had the bomb, you don't think he would have dropped it on the United States?
Mm-hmm.
Recital at the end. You cannot corner a rat, because when you corner a rat strikes out at you. The fact of the matter is, I watched Tucker last night. I don't know if you saw the whole thing. Zelensky has basically said he won't negotiate with Putin till Putin's got to go. He's looking for regime.
Well, Zelensky is pushing us into the Third World War, and it's highly irresponsible of him.
He is. It's like a beggar. Beggars can't be choosers. But we're feeding him all this money, so now he's on this big platform saying we want Putin out of there. We won't settle for a negotiation. Elon Musk, did you hear what he did? He's got the satellite link up there, and he's contributed money to Zelensky and to the Ukrainians because he's against Putin. But he says it's time to negotiate because we don't want a nuclear war.
That's right. We're not going to have World War III over a place that no one could find on a map before 3 months ago. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's I'm sorry.
Listen, Zelensky told me he must mind his own damn business because he wants peace. This is outrageous already. And you know that in the beginning I was for Zelensky, and I was for them. I'm not against the people over there. I think it's been horrible. But my God, what are you going to do? You're going to try to
Now, what do you think? Just real quick here, because I got to run. But this Coco Chow thing, she is China loving. She's from China. Her family have the big company over there. They're very rich. But do you agree that Coco is probably Elaine Chow's nickname?
Probably her nickname, or probably he's sarcastic because that's all she purchased.
Yeah, Chanel. That's right. All right. Hey, listen, Richie. Take care now. Now, those of you that met us over at Anne Marie's on Sunday in Pompano on the corner of Copans and US 1 Federal Highway, you know what I'm talking about. The food there is spectacular, isn't it? I mean, this is a family-owned and run business. Everything there, including the sauces, are homemade, and they take great pride in their food. I ordered just the most incredible pizza I have ever eaten in my life, and I had it for lunch, too, because even the pizzas are huge because they put so much on top of them. I ordered... Now, they're closed on Mondays. That was yesterday. They're open the other 6 days of the week. But if you look on the back of the lunch specials, if you're over there for lunch, on the back of the lunch specials menu, and they have great lunch specials, but we'll talk about those another time. But on the back of the lunch specials, they have Big Jerry's Crazy New York Craft Pies. And remember, pies is Italian for pizza. And I ordered the Steak Deluxe Pizza. Listen to this. These are just incredible toppings. The Steak Deluxe Pizza, ribeye steak, onions, pepper, mozzarella, provolone with a garlic oil base, and the crust is fantastic. And I just got hungry just telling you about it just now briefly. Go to Anne Marie's. Every dish I've had there is just so good. I'm going to go through the whole menu over the course of the next year. I'm going to sample everything on this menu. Everything is spectacular. Anne Marie's is in Pompano, again, on the corner of Copans and US 1 Federal Highway on the northwest corner in the same plaza as the shopping center. When you stop in, make sure you tell them you heard about Anne Marie's on the radio. And don't forget to get that lobster ravioli for your appetizer. It's out of this world. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. We'll be back after this. Don't go anywhere. And don't forget to get that lobster ravioli for your appetizer. It's out of this world. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. We'll be back after this. Don't go anywhere.
The new Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 is here. WWNN Pompano Beach, a VCMG live radio station. From the Tweery's Rare Coins and Jewelry Weather Center. Tweery's, the most trusted dealer in rare coins, fine jewelry, precious metals, and more since 1982. Here's the Oldies weather forecast.
Good morning, everybody. If your day's off to a great starter, daytime high.
After the break, I'm going to get into this Herschel Walker stuff.
Follow Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 on social media. See what's happening in the community, have a laugh with some funny memes, and keep in touch with other good time Oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at Oldies South Florida. True Oldies. Traffic check.
Oh, man.
In West Palm Beach, we have a multi-vehicle crash on...
Welcome. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. And has everybody liked the video already? Please do.
In Broward County, on the Sawgrass Expressway northbound approaching Coral Ridge Drive, that earlier multi-vehicle crash is
Mm-hmm.
here. In Jupiter, East Riverside Drive is closed by track work from Old Dixie Highway to Cypress Drive, so take the Questa Drive instead. The turnpike is still incident-free and moving up to speed. The service routes are also looking...
And if you'd like to support my content, there's the Patreon link right there at the top. Check that out.
Palmetto Park Road eastbound approaching Military Trail. This report is sponsored by KFC, presented by Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh, the cheesy bread's good. I've had the cheesy bread too.
For just $6, you can get 2 pieces of juicy chicken, creamy mashed potatoes, a flaky biscuit, and a medium ice cold drink. Order Kentucky Fried Chicken's new $6 2-piece combo now on the KFC app or at KFC.com. That's finger looking good. That's traffic on Chris Barr.
Here's your
Well, thank you, Dan.
ABC News update.
ABC News Now, I'm Mark Remillard. It's the most serious case yet to stem from the January 6th riot at the Capitol. Federal prosecutors laying out their case against 5 members of the far-right Oath Keepers.
5 members of the far-right militia
militia group the Oath Keepers, facing decades behind bars. The trial kicked off Monday with the 5 defendants charged with seditious conspiracy, a rare and serious charge that carries a penalty of up to 20 years in prison. 5 have pleaded not guilty.
ABC's Andrew Dimber. Russia continues its efforts to absorb 4 areas of Ukraine despite recent losses to Ukrainian forces and pushback that Western countries won't recognize their claims. Still, Russia's upper house of parliament has now ratified treaties to absorb those areas. Georgia Republican Senate candidate Herschel Walker denying a report claiming that he paid a woman to have an abortion. A report in the Daily Beast states that Walker, who says he opposes all abortions, paid for the procedure in 2009. This is ABC News.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, pushing a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet. The faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
Opinions are like everyone's got one. Get yours in the Steve Kane Show.
Oh man. Welcome back, everyone. My name's Brian Craig. You're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show. Flo Rida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Steve will be joining us at the bottom of the hour. Oh, poor Herschel Walker. Yeah, anytime someone from one of the Democrat victim groups becomes a Republican, they go out to destroy them, right? Remember Sarah Palin? What do you read? Remember that crap? And then they talked that she had sex when she was in college. Remember that one? Oh my goodness. Now they got a couple things that they're hitting Herschel Walker with. This is what happens when a black man escapes the plantation of the Democrat Party. They send out the slave patrols to bring you back home to tell you your name is Kuta Kinte. And that's what's going on with Herschel Walker. Oh my goodness. That's right. That's right. This thing they're doing with Herschel Walker with the abortion. Listen to this story. I'm going to read you the story as opposed to just... This is out of the Daily Beast. Hold on. Oh boy, I'm all choked up. My allergies are bad. I was pouring my hurricane gas from my generator into my cars last night, and actually did this morning too before I came to the radio station. And the fumes have me a little choked up, guys. And I probably smell like gasoline too, but Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm not going to have to buy gas for weeks. All right, so listen to this. So Herschel Walker, an African-American man, he has escaped from the Democrat plantation, and they're trying to bring him back home. And it's being talked about everywhere. And I'm going to read you the original story where this came out of the Daily Beast. And let's find how credible this is. Here it is, Daily Beast. Pro-life Herschel Walker paid for girlfriend's abortion. Now, on the face of that, even if that's true, it doesn't mean he's not pro-life and is a hypocrite. Maybe he used to be pro-abortion. I don't know. But let's get to the story, which is all BS. This is the Daily Beast, and this is what all the news outlets are running with. Herschel Walker. I don't even watch football, and I know who Herschel Walker is. I don't know what team he played for or anything in college or pros. I have no idea, but I know who he is. Herschel Walker, the football legend, now running for Senate in Georgia, says he wants to completely ban abortion, likening it to murder, and claiming there should be no exception for rape, incest, or the life of a mother. This is the Daily Beast in their slanderous article. But the Republican candidate has supported at least one exception for himself. The Daily Beast writes, a woman who asked not to be identified out of privacy concerns. If she's so concerned about her privacy, why is she going to the national media? A woman who asked not to be identified out of privacy concerns told the Daily Beast that after she and Walker conceived a child while they were dating in 2009, he urged her to get an abortion. The woman said she had the procedure and that Walker reimbursed her for it. She supported these claims with a $575 receipt from the abortion clinic. I don't have my receipt from my coffee this morning. Who has a receipt that's 13 years old? Is there anyone out there who has a 13-year-old receipt? Especially, and do they give receipts for abortions? Oh my goodness. I want to see the receipt. What's an abortion receipt look like, and what does it say on it, and why did she keep it? And I don't see it in the article. I don't see a picture of it in the article. Her abortion receipt. She supported these claims with a $575 receipt from the abortion clinic. And what does it say on it? Why aren't they showing this receipt? She also had a get well card from Herschel Walker. Did he say get well after your abortion? Is that what he said in the get well card? Or did she have a cold or the flu? Or was it something, did she break a leg? Does it say, get well from your abortion, Herschel Walker? These people are sick. She supported these claims with a 12-year-old receipt of $575 from an abortion clinic, a get well card from Herschel Walker, and a bank deposit receipt that included an image of a signed $700 personal check for Walker. Now, who knows what that money's for? Maybe she borrowed money. Maybe he was helping her out. Maybe she was helping him out and he paid her for. I don't know. Does it say $700 paid to the order of her? And did he write in the memo for abortion? How do they know that was for an abortion? The woman said there was a $125 difference because she ballparked the cost of the abortion after Googling the procedure and added expenses such as travel and recovery cost. Who the hell does that? You get a call from your girlfriend, I'm pregnant, I need an abortion. Okay, how much is it? Well, I've got to factor in travel and recovery cost, so I'm going to add, give me a break. What a bunch of BS. Who factors in? When a woman is dealing with this and she calls her boyfriend for money for the abortion, who factors in recovery costs? This is such BS. That's probably how much her car payment was. What was your car payment back then in 2009? The Daily Beast independently corroborated the details of the woman's claims with a close friend that she told at the time. Oh, well, her friend, she told her friend, and her friend says it's true. According to the woman and the friend, took care of her in the days after the procedure. The woman said Walker, who was not married at the time, told her it would be more convenient to terminate the pregnancy, saying it's not the right time for him to have a child. It was a feeling she shared, but what she didn't know was that Walker had an out-of-wedlock child with another woman earlier that same year. Asked if Walker ever expressed regret, the woman said Walker never had. Asked why she came forward, she pointed to Walker's hardline anti-abortion position and said, I just can't deal with the hypocrisy anymore. We all deserve better. Give me a break. This story is such BS. None of it is true. Now, maybe she had an abortion. Maybe she was dating him and hooking up. Maybe she got, I don't know. After the Daily Beast reached out to the Walker campaign for comment, Robert Ingram, a lawyer representing both the campaign and Herschel Walker, responded, this is a false story. All you want to do is run with stories that target black conservatives. That's right, back to the plantation, Kuta Kinte. Ingram, that's the attorney, asked the Daily Beast to disclose the identity of the woman, but we have declined, the Daily Beast says. After the story published, Walker released a statement in which he called the story a flat-out lie and denied it in the strongest possible terms. I'm not taking this anymore. I plan to sue the Daily Beast for this defamatory lie. It will be filed tomorrow, Walker said. Oh my goodness. Okay. And there's more on his wackadoodle son, which we'll get to in a moment. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Do you believe that Herschel Walker knowingly paid for an abortion? We don't even know that he had a relationship with this woman. They won't even ask him. She had a check from Herschel. What does that mean? It means he paid her car payment or she couldn't make rent that month. But she has a 12-year-old. I want to see this 12-year-old receipt from an abortion clinic. Can't they show that to us? How does that give us her identity? Are you kidding me? Do they even give receipts for abortions? Do they? I'm serious. It's a very confidential thing. Privacy and all. Do they say $570 for abortion? I find that impossible. Does anyone know? Do the abortion clinics give out receipts, and what do they say? And who keeps them after 12 years? Someone that wants to blackmail rich guys like Herschel Walker, probably. That's who. That's who keeps things. Oh, my Lord. These people are sick. Oh, man. Have you guys been to Spin Car Wash lately? Oh, man, you got to go there and get your car washed. They do an incredible job, and they do it all. You know, they have 6 locations, 3 in Broward, 3 in Dade. You can find all their locations on their website, spincarwash.com. And what they do when they wash your car is amazing. They wash it outside with wax and undercarriage, clear coats. They wash and scrub the wheels. I took my wife's car over there, and it looked like the day it was sitting on the showroom floor when it came out of that Spin Car Wash. They do an amazing job. You know, if you join their Unlimited Club, it's less than $40 a month, and you can get as many car washes as you want in a month. That's right. Even if you don't need the car wash, you can go and get it washed all the time. It's a good deal, especially if it rains, if it gets dirty, or you just want to get your car washed every week so it looks good and pretty on the weekend. They also have very high-powered vacuums that are free. Again, 6 locations, 3 in Broward, 3 in Dade. SpinCarWash.com for the locations, okay? Oh, man, they did a great job on my cars, and you will love them too. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show. If you're on hold, stand by. My name's Brian Craig. We'll take our first break of the hour and be right back.
Wake up and smell the truth.
Steve Kane Show. Hold on.
Hear that music? That means it's Christmas shopping season again. And when you're Christmas shopping, there's no better place to go than MyPillow.com. And with our promo code Kane at checkout, K-A-N-E, you will find the lowest prices ever on top MyPillow products. Right now, order your MyPillow My Slippers for $90 off in all sizes and colors for both men and women. The MyPillow that started it all is just $19.98. The 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper is 50% off. The MyPillow pet bed is 50% off too. There's also incredible savings on the 6-piece MyPillow.
Okay, they got a picture of the cards that Herschel gave her after the abortions. Oh, this is hilarious.
You can also order over the phone. 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE. K-A-N-E.
If you or a loved one own jewelry, diamonds, rare coins, watches, sterling silver, collectibles, then stop what you're doing right now and listen up. The biggest buying event is coming to Palm Beach County for a special 3-day event. You heard right. The most cash for your jewelry, diamonds, rare coins, watches, sterling silver, and collectibles for 3 days only. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The biggest cash
Oh, this is great.
happens this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at one location, Queries of Green Acres. America's biggest buyers of precious metals, all under one roof for 3 days only. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Queries of Green Acres. Don't miss your chance to get the most cash for your unused items. This huge buying event will happen at one location only. Queries of Green Acres. Queries is located at 3971 John Road, Green Acres. That's this Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 10 a.m. till 4:30 at one location. Queries, 3971 John Road, Green Acres. Online at TWERYS.com.
This segment of the Steve Kane Show is brought to you by I Will Advisors. Seniors, medical open enrollment is approaching. Do you know what Medicare options are available to you? Call Debbie at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080, and she will answer all your Medicare questions. 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
Realtors abide by the Code of Ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Ready to get fired up? Just 60 seconds and you'll be racing for the phone. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Show with Brian Craig.
All right. Yes. There's only one opening on the board. Callers stand by. You know, when I was at Anne Marie's on Sunday with a lot of you good people and Steve Kane, I got a notification on my phone. And what was that? It was my doorbell cam. There was a delivery at the door, and I just took out my iPhone, sitting there, waiting for my food to come to the table, and saw what was there. And it was a delivery, and I texted my wife, and she said, great. You know, having a doorbell camera is amazing. It absolutely is amazing. You know, it has a motion sensor on it, so you get an alert when there's someone at your front door, even if they don't press the doorbell. It has night vision, so you can see at night, two-way audio. You can even have a conversation from your mobile device, no matter where you are. You can unlock the door from the app, and there's a live view video as well that you can see there all the time. It's great, and it's great peace of mind because there's security and a security system connected to it. But what I use it mostly for is when there's a knock at the door. All right, I don't know who's there, or we got an Amazon delivery coming, and I can see who it is. And I've been getting a lot of knocks on the door from politicians and people coming to my door, and I see them there in the doorbell camera. I don't open the door for anyone unless I know who's there and I want to talk to them. And I don't have to because I can see them on the doorbell cam. Listen, call Sloman's and they'll tell you how you can get a free doorbell camera. Here's the number, 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050. 833-283-5050, and they'll tell you how you can get a free doorbell camera. All right, now, got a little more information. If you're on hold, stand by. Let me finish with this. Back to the Daily Beast. According to the $575 abortion receipt, this is in the Daily Beast on Herschel Walker, the abortion took place September 12th, 2009. Who has a receipt from 12 minutes ago? She's got a receipt from 12 years ago, actually 13 years ago. And according to the Bank of America deposit receipt, oh my goodness, she's even got her Bank of America deposits. This sounds like someone looking to blackmail. She's got an abortion receipt, she claims, 13 years old. She's got a Bank of America deposit 13 years ago. Walker wrote the woman a check for $700 on September 17th, 5 days after the abortion, and the check was deposited 2 days later. She provided proof of her romantic relationship with Walker, told the Daily Beast that he mailed the check to her inside of a Get Well card, which they have pictures of the Get Well cards, but not the abortion receipt, not the bank deposit or the check. And it says on the front, rest and relax with a cup of coffee, recover, pray you are feeling better, Herschel Walker. Who sends, what guy knocks up his girlfriend, sends her abortion money 5 days after the abortion, and says, pray you are feeling better? It doesn't make sense. And then there's another one here, all the best, Herschel Walker, and I can't tell if it's number 54 or 34, but he put his number next to it. When a guy is writing his girlfriend and he signs the card, he doesn't put his jersey number, okay, on the card. That's just strange. The woman who is a registered Democrat, shocker, says she still communicates with Walker. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Show us the abortion receipt, please. All right, let's go to the phones. There's only one opening on the board. Oh my goodness. Hey, the election's a month away, so these are the October surprises, people. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, Jeff from Maine.
Hey, Jeff. Who keeps an abortion receipt and a check deposit from 13 years ago?
Can you say fake?
Yeah. Where's the receipt? And you know what? Yeah, okay. So they're hooking up, they're dating, whatever. She's not feeling well. He sends her money for the rent. for the electric bill, maybe for her car payment that month. Who knows? Did he write in the memo for abortion? Give me a break.
It's crazy, Brian, and I think the timing tells you everything. 40 days out to the election, and he's going up in the polls, and they know they can't beat him.
Yeah, and here, 13 years later, all of a sudden, she's producing all this bizarreness. The abortion receipt cracks me up. I mean, that's just, who would keep such a thing?
Did you hear the reports on his son saying all this, we told you not to run, tweet out, all this stuff was going to come up, but they didn't show that December 2nd, 2021, this same son was at Mar-a-Lago with him, introducing him and bragging about him.
Oh.
All of this, so all of this is the Democrats' last-ditch effort to try to destroy another strong Republican mix.
Well, the Democrats are losing black voters, and Herschel Walker is, I don't know what team he played on, what position, but I know who he's very famous, and
Cowboy.
Okay, play for the Cowboys. And he's a role model to a lot of people and will become an inspiration for many others trying to escape the Democrat plantation. So they find this girl with her 13-year-old abortion receipt. I mean, I don't have the receipt for my coffee on the way into work this morning. But she's got that receipt with the deposit. Sounds like somebody just waiting for the right time for a profiteering moment.
And, Brian, everybody has a past. Everyone has mistakes. But you don't bring it up 40 minutes before.
Yeah.
Days before.
Exactly.
He first started.
And I'll tell you, even if she had an abortion of the child she conceived with Herschel, doesn't mean that he even knew about it. I mean, get well. I pray you're feeling better. What kind of card is that to send? I pray after you sent them for an abortion? It doesn't even make sense.
And she could have done it all on her own without his knowledge.
Correct.
So she's not lying.
Exactly.
Desperate, Brian. And losing the black vote will destroy them in the next two elections.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I got a text message from someone, and they pointed something out. Let me pull this up. They pointed something out about this. I give cards to my wife, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, birthday. And do you know how I sign them? Brian. I don't write Brian Craig. That'd be weird, right? I write Brian. But Herschel Walker is writing her cards Herschel Walker. One of them says Herschel Walker. I think it's number 34. It might be 54. If you're in a romantic relationship, you don't sign your last name, right? That's not me. That's John in Wellington. You just signed Jeff. Yeah, you just say love Jeff. John in Wellington just messaged me that. Good pickups. See, a lot of our listeners, they listen to the Steve Kane Show for so many years. They pick up on all these great techniques. Yeah, you don't sign your last name to a card of someone you're romantically involved with. If I gave my wife a Valentine's card, love Brian Craig, she'd say, "What the hell?"
That's right. Have a great day.
All right. Oh man. See, anybody else would have taken credit for that, but me. John from Wellington. Good call. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Lisa from Pompano.
Oh, hey, Lisa.
I just wanted to say what I think is, maybe it's just me, but what man would leave a paper trail with a check?
For an abortion. With a get well card. Yeah. With their first and last name.
Come on. That's black.
He would mail her cash. He'd mail her cash.
Cashier's check, something. You don't put, right? Very suspicious.
It's very bizarre. And keeping an abortion receipt from 13 years ago.
Come on. Because that's the saddest thing, if that was a true story, because what, are you going to keep looking at the receipt because you lost, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense at all. No, that's like the worst thing. You'd want to just get rid of everything and be done. No, it's baloney. No.
Yeah. All right. Hey, listen, appreciate the call. Hey, there's only one opening on our very busy board with the caller I was just speaking to. So if you're on hold, stand by. We're going to take our bottom of the hour break. Hey, guys, do you sign cards to your girlfriends and wives with your last name on them? It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve will be joining us in just a moment. I'm Brian Craig, back after this. Guys, do you sign cards to your girlfriends and wives with your last name on them? It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve will be joining us in just a moment. I'm Brian Craig, back after this.
Bringing the heat to your radio every morning. It's the Steve Kane Show on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Oh my goodness. That is hilarious. I'll be right back, guys.
From the Tweery's Rare Coins and Jewelry Weather Center. Tweery's, the most trusted dealer in rare coins, fine jewelry, precious metals, and more since 1982. Here's the Oldies weather forecast.
Good morning, everybody. Hope your day's off to a great start. Our daytime high today will reach the mid-80s. We'll see partly cloudy skies and dry throughout the course of the day with a light northwest wind. I'm WPBF 25 First Warning Meteorologist Sandra Shaw.
Follow Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 on social media. See what's happening in the community, have a laugh with some funny memes, and keep in touch with other good time Oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at Oldies South Florida. True Oldies. Traffic check.
In West Palm Beach, we have a multi-vehicle crash on Pike Road at Belvedere Road. Another crash in West Palm on 95 heading northbound just south of Blue Heron. In Broward County on the Sawgrass Expressway northbound approaching Coral Ridge Drive, that earlier multi-vehicle crash has now been cleared. In Jupiter, East Riverside Drive is closed by track work from Old Dixie Highway to Cypress Drive, so take Tequesta Drive instead. The turnpike is still incident-free and moving up to speed. The surface routes are also looking pretty good, just some light volume now on Southern Boulevard eastbound coming out of the Acreage. We also have a multi-vehicle crash on Palmetto Park Road eastbound approaching Military Trail. This report is sponsored by KFC, presented by Kentucky Fried Chicken, $6 two-piece drum and thigh combo. For just $6, you can get 2 pieces of juicy chicken, creamy mashed potatoes, a flaky biscuit, and a medium ice cold drink. Order Kentucky Fried Chicken's new $6 two-piece combo now on the KFC app or at KFC.com. That's finger looking good. That's traffic on Chris Paul.
Florida Luxury Cabinets is your local cabinet showroom right in Boca Raton, specializing in custom cabinets and countertops, providing luxury design and installation, each style embodying a distinct character and a vibe that's unique to your personality and style. Stop to our showroom.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was a good call from Jeff. Absolutely. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Everyone, please like the video.
That's 561-646-8560.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them. Plump, tender, and delicious. Crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside. Everything homemade. Nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road.
Eagle Eye Protection Services for all your firearm and security patrol service needs. Receive personal firearms training, including concealed carry for you, your friends, your neighbors, by professional instructor owner Mike Water. G-licensed security classes offered every week. For firearm and security patrol service needs, it's Eagle Eye Protection Services. Protect yourself, your family, or business. Call 561-723-6191. Eagle Eye, your local security protection services.
Have you put off buying new tires because you thought they were too expensive? Find friendly prices at Friendly Tire and Margate on both new and used tires. New tires as low as $70 a tire. That's out the door and on the road because Friendly Tire doesn't charge you to balance the tire or mount the tire. They have thousands of used tires in stock too, starting at just $30. Call for a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445.
Hi, it's Kevin from Tweery's Rare.
Oh my goodness. This just cracks me up. Cracks me up.
Fort Lauderdale. First up, San Juan, Puerto Rico. then Tortola in the British Virgin Islands, and then St. Kitts. With exclusive events just for our group. Fine dining together every night. Cocktail parties, shore excursions, onboard activities, and a whole lot more. On the line is Ian from Cruise and Travel Depot. Ian, why should listeners book right now?
I bought this group space during COVID, during the height of the pandemic, so we got some incredible deals.
Call Ian right now and lock in your cabin. 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. Join us as we celebrate our president, Donald Trump. Make your reservation right now. 561-244-5779. No liberal stowaways allowed.
Brian Craig here. I've suffered with massive pain in my knee for years, but not anymore. It's all gone, thanks to Dr. Appleton and his laser away pain system. I'm in studio right now with Dr. Appleton. Dr. Appleton, how'd you do it?
When I treated your knee pain with laser, treatment is simple and no side effect. I have robotic lasers that have a wonderful effect on joint pain. These are all FDA approved.
Now, you don't just help with knees. Tell the listeners what other areas you can help them with.
Any joint I can do: shoulder pain, hip pain, sciatica, stenosis, arthritis, tendonitis, bursitis, from the foot all the way up through the neck.
Dr. Appleton is a chiropractic physician, and with the laser away pain system, there's no injections, no surgery, and no drugs. He's open 6 days a week, and same-day appointments are available. Call right now for your free consultation. 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. And make sure to tell Dr. Appleton you heard about him on the radio.
Live, local, and in your face. The Steve Kane Show. And Greg on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Yes. We are back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. I just went to take my glasses off my face, and they weren't on my face. I went to reach for them, and they weren't there. Oh, my goodness. All right. Callers on hold. Stand by. There is only one opening on our very busy board. Steve Kane joining us. You know, we have solved this morning the mysteries of all the news slanders against Herschel Walker and President Trump, and we're only halfway through the show here. Good morning, Steve.
Be hard to solve a lot of what's going on nowadays, because if you look at your calendar on your desk, you have one of those desk calendars, you will see, what month is it, Brian?
October.
Are you surprised at what is going on?
Oh, no. If we talk to no, but we're calling it. Well, let me go to the phones, because we got this Herschel Walker thing going, and I want to, in particular, I want to hear from some women out there. You can be anonymous. Do they give you a receipts for abortions? Do you keep the receipts? This woman with her 12-year-old abortion receipts, and have you ever gotten a card from a boyfriend or lover or husband that was signed with their first and last name, like Herschel Walker? Oh my goodness! Isn't that weird, Steve? She's in a. It's yeah.
Weird. This is the crazy time.
Oh, this is great. All right, let's go back to the phones. Let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, gentlemen. Conservative.
Oh, hey, Doug.
Good morning. You know, exactly that. You know, they come up with a story, and then they decide to put all this nonsense in there and destroy it. Even if it was true, it sounds so dumb that nobody's going to believe it. Herschel Walker signed, and Herschel Walker Senator McCarthy saving a receipt for all these years. Ridiculous. But poor Herschel Walker, what they got to go through. This is terrible what they're trying to do to politicians. And you're going to get nobody want to run.
Well, you know, he's a black man. He has escaped the Democrat plantation, Herschel Walker, and the slave patrols of the liberal mainstream media are out to bring him back to Mazzo's plantation. That's right. That's right. So that's it. You know, he's escaped.
Thank you for.
Oh, all right, Steve. Steve's impatient. All right. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning, Brian and Steve. This is Bill from Sanford.
Oh, George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman's neighbor. How's Zimmerman doing?
Glad to hear your neuropathy's much better, Steve. I have a couple.
What a difference.
Number one, is it his child? Number two, why are these anonymous sources allowed in October? And there's so many holes in this Swiss cheese story. story.
Well, you know, this story, I mean, I just read the original story in the Daily Beast, and we've totally shredded the whole thing, and the media, Fox and MSNBC and CNN, you know, the Herschel's on the ropes. I mean, you know, John in Wellington, he sent me a message off the air. He had the best. Who signs a card with their last name to their girlfriend? I mean, it makes no sense at all. Herschel Walker. I like the one with the player number next to Herschel Walker too. That was another very personalized moment. Another one of those personalized Hallmark moments. Herschel Walker, number whatever. I can't make it up.
And if he goes to fight it, then he keeps it in the story. He keeps the story alive. It's terrible.
You're getting a lot of it now because the Democrats are on the ropes. The Democrats are on the ropes.
But this is great.
Sure, I've got to tell you, I've watched it very closely, and these numbers are just spiraling down out of control for the Democrats, slowly, steadily, down every day, down, and they are desperate situations.
Well, let me ask you, caller. The Daily Beast has shown, they took photographs and put it in the article on their website of 3 cards that Herschel Walker sent the woman. His first and last name are signed to every one of them. One of them has his player number next to them. Why didn't they show us a photograph of this abortion receipt that she claims to have had?
Oh, absolutely.
Or the check.
I'm a source thing. Is ridiculous.
Well, this is how it works. The media got a racket going. You know, you get to, they think they're priests taking confessions, right? Your sources are anonymous. You never have to reveal them. So you can just make crap up. No, I got a source, and I'm not going to reveal them. I'm a journalist. Oh, okay. Come on.
Supposedly, he could have paid for somebody else's. Was a father.
To me, it sounds like someone who needed their car payment or rent paid that month, you know. And well, they said they've seen a check written out to her from him for $700, and the abortion was only $525, but she said she included recovery costs when she told him how much she needed. Give me a break, recovery cost.
And she could have called him up and say, "I'm pregnant. Can you help me out and pay for an abortion?"
Or she could have said, "I'm sick. I've missed work and rent's due or the car payment's due. Can you send me some money?" Yeah.
Swiss cheese story.
No, CNN, Fox News, it's all true. Now, I was talking earlier. How long you been listening, caller?
I've been listening all morning.
Okay. So good. That's good. You're doing your duty. Don't miss a moment of the live show. You know, this thing about Coco Chow, okay, that with Elaine Chao and Trump, I'm telling you, first off, it's not racist. Her last name is Chow, and I believe her nickname is Coco because she's rich and is very fancy, and Coco from Coco Chanel. What do you think? You think Coco's her nickname?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, who cares?
Well, no, it's relevant. No, I care. I care. Jake Tapper, Brett Baer, they're calling President Trump a racist all day yesterday. And I don't know how you would use, if you're using a racial slur towards an Asian person, you don't use Coco. You would use yellow or something like that. Coco, if she were biracial, if she were black, maybe. But no, and the fact that Mitch McConnell and Elaine Chao have not responded tells me that Mitch probably calls her Coco. And they don't want it out there.
And the other thing is, when we had the goods on them, like Vice President Harris saying that it was a black community, then they did not.
Or when we have October surprises, right? What do they do? They send the FBI to break into your house and seize it, right? The laptop, right? They got these. Only Democrat, exactly. Only Democrats are allowed October surprises. Republicans, you're laughing, but it's true. Yeah, you're laughing, but it's true, right?
Oh, terrible. It's terrible.
All right. How's George Zimmerman doing, your neighbor up there?
I don't see George at all.
You don't see him anymore? He's not still up there?
I'm in, he may have been in Incorporated Seminole County.
Oh, you're in the park. Okay, all right. Well, watch out. He shot someone dead who was walking home one night. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Miss McConnelly, and I call my wife Coco in the heat of passion when I'm thinking of Nancy.
Uh-huh.
That's all I got, buddy.
Not much.
All right.
That's not much. That's not much. And that was so pathetic. For a moment, I thought it had to be Liberal Al the John because it was such a bad attempt at something. And this thing about calling her China-loving, she is from China. Her family are very wealthy people in China with a huge company in China. Of course she loves China. That's not racist either. These people with their Trump derangement is way, way out of control. Listen to Jake Tapper.
And he's mad at Elaine Chao, his former transportation secretary, presumably because she resigned from his staff or resigned from his cabinet on January 6th, but still, China-loving, I mean, it's just racist.
Okay, it's just racist. She loves her country, you know, and it's racist. And then, of course, he's asking this question to an Asian man, because if you're talking about an Asian person, you've got to ask, if you're talking about an Asian, you can only ask an Asian to respond.
I mean, at this time of increased anti-Asian hate and attacks on Asian Americans, I mean, this is something, the kind of thing that is, you know, just further fuel on the fire here.
Oh yeah. All those black guys pushing Asian people in front of subways in New York, they're MAGA, right? Oh my goodness. All right, listen, we're going to take our last break of this hour. Steve is here. I'm Brian. Great calls today. We've got much more to talk about. I'm Brian Craig. Our number 888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. It is a toll-free call no matter where you are listening to us from. And we'll take our break. And when we get back, we'll take some of your calls. But we got a few more topics we've got to touch on as well. So don't go anywhere. Again, 888-465-2631. We'll be back right after this. More topics we've got to touch on as well. So don't go anywhere. Again, 888-465-2631. We'll be back right after this.
They're the most polarizing talk show hosts in all of South Florida.
All right, let's see.
The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Morning 6 to 9 on
Steve Kane Show.
It's hurricane season, and if you have a wet spot on your ceiling, you have a leak in your roof. When we had a leak in our roof at the Kane household, we called Tom Laporta. He's the best in the business. Remember, small leaks turn into medium leaks, and medium leaks turn into big problems. Call licensed contractor Tom Laporta for a free roof inspection. 954-604-4602. And tell him Steve Kane sent you.
Do you suffer from knee pain? Have you been told that you have bone on bone or need a knee replacement? Have you been told that you have osteoarthritis? Well, then come see us at Lighthouse Medical Center. We have non-surgical solutions that include rehab and injections that can prevent you from having to have surgery or prolong the surgery. We have been in practice for 75 years in South Florida. You don't have to live with pain any longer. 754-222-6642. That's 754-222-6642.
An honest auto mechanic, you probably don't think they exist, but one does. Eddie at Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca will never do a repair on your vehicle that your vehicle doesn't need. He works on all makes and models, new, old, classic cars, even hybrids. Champagne Automotive Repair is the official mechanic of the Steve Kane Show. Call 561-245-8101. 561-245-8101. And make sure you tell him you heard about him on the Steve Kane Show.
Think you might have COVID? Have you come into contact with someone who is sick? Are you traveling and need a COVID test? Same-day PCR testing is available.
I love these October surprises. I just found another one, right? Wait till you hear this one. Oh my goodness.
Are you feeling over the hill, tired, sluggish?
Wait till you hear this one. This is a great one. This is unbelievable.
Call Dr. Mitch Matez at the Biostation West El Rey and talk to him about hormone replacement pellet therapy. Take it from me. I'm a patient. It works. 561-320-8893. 561-320-8893. And make sure to tell him you heard about him on the radio.
It's hurricane season, and if you have a wet spot on your ceiling, you have a leak in your roof. When we had a leak in our roof at the Kane household, we called Tom Laporta. He's the best in the business. Remember, small leaks turn into medium leaks, and medium leaks turn into big problems. Call licensed contractor Tom Laporta for a free roof inspection. 954-604-4602. And tell him Steve Kane sent you.
Smarter than 95.
Yes. All right, we are back. I'm Brian. Steve is here. And, you know, Medicare open enrollment is right around the corner. And Debbie from I Will Advisors, who handles your Medicare each and every open enrollment period, Steve. Debbie Klatzoff is the owner of I Will Advisors. Her family have been with us for Medicare for, I don't know, Steve, since like 1994. Because, of course, it started with Adam Klatzoff. If you guys remember Adam, Captain Truth, and now it's Debbie from I Will Advisors. And they do a great... You with us, Steve? Okay, I thought I lost you. You were talking yesterday. You have a prescription medication that is, I mean, ridiculously expensive. And you were talking about whether I should take this needed medication or eat. And then you called Debbie from I Will Advisors. She reviewed your Medicare policy, and she was able to handle everything for you and took care of that medication.
Until she found
a policy that would cover it. Yeah.
Some of the medications that are the new ones are just prohibitively expensive.
Yeah, they don't want you to take them so you die and you don't spend the money on the medication. Well, Debbie at I Will Advisors took care of that. Now listen, this is the only time of year, open enrollment's here in just a short time, a little more than a week. It's the only time of year that you can make changes to your Medicare policy. So you want to make sure your prescriptions are covered, your doctors, your primary care doctor, your specialist, your local pharmacy. You want to make sure everything's taken care of. If you're paying for a supplement, you want to make sure you're not paying too much. No matter where you are in the state of Florida, Debbie can help you just like she does Steve. Her number, 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. Make sure you tell her you heard about her on the radio. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian and Steve. How are you?
Oh, hey, Wisconsin Gary. What's up?
Gary, what's happening? Well, everything that I always, I'm getting so sick and tired of people blaming Trump for being racist this, racist that. I mean, you got Democrats saying that roads are racist, which is a material thing. Everything that these Democrats or news stations keep saying about Trump is getting to be really annoying, getting old. It's just like all the rhinos in Washington, every single one of them needs to be voted out. Everybody in the state, municipal, if they're Democrats and been there a long time, career politicians, they all need to be voted out. We need a full, clean slate all across the United States here. Go ahead.
Gary, let me throw a question. I want to play devil's advocate for a minute, and because I don't always adopt what is the common line with these things. I think the Republicans are in great shape. The polls are all going our direction. The Democrats are self-destructing. We couldn't ask for being in a better position. The controversy with Donald Trump has always been, should he spend his time talking to the great accomplishments he made? I mean, he accomplished incredible things when he was in office. Should he stress the positive things, or should he, he's got a great sense of humor. He's a great stand-up comic. He's got a sharp tongue. He's fun to listen to. He never gets old, no matter how many rallies he holds. But sometimes he gets, I don't know what phrase to use, too cute. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden the searchlight switches from his storied accomplishments to the fact that he's sometimes comes off as disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And we want all the press to be focused on the positive. Do you feel what are your feelings about that?
Well,
I mean, I don't think he needed this controversy.
Which controversy are you talking about, Steve?
Well, I'm talking about the controversy concerning the...
Coco Chow? That's her name. That's her name. They made a fake controversy. She is from China.
Controversies. They sit around waiting for...
So was he not supposed to talk?
No, but he doesn't have to... You know what I'm talking about.
What? All right.
Condition.
No. I think... no, Steve. I'm telling you, first off, she is China-loving. Not only is she from China, her family have a $1 billion company in China. Of course she loves China. Okay? That's why she married me. That's one. Coco is her nickname. I'm telling you, it's her name. Chow is her last name. Coco is her nickname by the press.
Well, the bottom line is, what did you think they were going to do?
Well, I'll tell you what Trump did. Gary, hold on one second. I'm not going to let you go. I want to make a point here. What President Trump did with this Coco Chow thing is so brilliant, and I'll tell you what I mean. Every single newscast, CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, the ones that even hate him are doing what? They're showing the comment, and they're showing the post and saying, President Trump posted on his platform, Truth Social. Look at all he just got yesterday $50 million in free advertisement for Truth Social. My followers on Truth Social even went up yesterday. So many people are jumping there because CNN and all these people took his bait.
People that didn't know about Truth Social.
Well, they didn't realize that's the place to go and talk. No, because CNN and MSNBC have been covering up Truth Social. Now they just gave him $50 million in free advertisement all week long. And, yeah.
Brian's playing naive. I was going to say dumb, but it's not dumb. It's naive. Brian's playing naive here. Do you understand what I'm saying, Gary?
See, the thing is, Trump, if you go back in history, Steve, of how Trump made money,
I understand, but this is a unique time in history with this. We're coming into what is billed as, and I agree, it's billed as the most important election. I think caution. I mean, do you think he really needed this kind of publicity?
The publicity that he's doing now is,
yes.
Steve, this will be the most very important next few elections in our lifetime.
Right. So you should. Wouldn't it be better if he'd spent the time talking about his accomplishments and kept the phone?
No, it is positive, Steve.
Gary.
Yes, everything I believe that Trump is doing right now is very positive. Trump never makes a strategy without.
Well, you don't think this was positive, do you?
The things that with a lot of the administration that Trump's first had, some of those people were not good in his administration. And this thing was going on with Coco. Speaking of which, the other person that tried to imitate Mitch McConnell was pathetic. But
yeah, it was pathetic.
Has done is very, very important. So I mean, hopefully on the next round he gets in there for this, after the 2024 election, hopefully the correct administration that comes in there turns
okay.
Hey Gary, you're not okay. Hey Gary, thanks for the call. So all this millions of dollars in publicity is bad. Now listen to this. October surprises, right? We're talking about. Listen to this one. They got one on Dr. Oz. Listen, this is on the Drudge Report. For those that don't know and have forgotten, the Drudge Report's a news website, or at least it used to be. So they've got their, I'm going to call it their October surprise section of crap and lies and slanders. The first one's on Herschel, what we were talking about, right? Pro-life, Herschel Walker paid for girlfriend's abortion. Oh, no. And then underneath, they have a photograph of Dr. Oz in a tuxedo holding up an Emmy award. I guess he got a daytime Emmy. Listen to this. Report. This is on the Drudge Report. Report. Oz experiments killed 300 dogs and a litter of puppies. Oh my goodness. We got Herschel Walker paid for an abortion. Dr. Oz killed a litter of puppies. I mean, oh my goodness. Give me a break. Give me a break. And by the way, Fetterman's Democrat policies have killed how many babies? And I mean, I love puppies, but I love babies more than puppies. So, you know, I don't see them having a headline about all the babies that are dead because of Fetterman and his friend. Dr. Oz killed a little litter of puppies. I'm not making it up. It's right under the picture of him holding his Emmy, grinning ear to ear in a tuxedo. It's almost like he was given an award for killing the litter of puppies, Steve, when you look at this. I mean, give me a break. Oh, my goodness.
Things you can't help. I mean,
oh, my goodness.
That stuff, we don't have to create situations.
We're not. You just don't want to hear it. You're not creating situations. What Trump did was amazing. Now, I want to tell people, this is amazing. You know, it is now Christmas shopping season. There's no better place to shop than at MyPillow.com. And this is amazing. You know, Mike Lindell, these are 50% off. You know, he has a line of Bible pillows. We talk about them around this time of year every year. And these are beautiful pillows. They are great gifts for the children and the grandkids. And each one tells a different story from the Bible. They're 50% off the MyPillow Children's Bible Story pillows when you use our promo code Kane. On the front, it has beautiful artwork depicting the Bible scene. Yeah, and then the back is the actual passages from the Bible. The first one is the story of creation. The second one, and then on the back you've got the whole story written out. The artwork is beautiful. The second is Daniel in the lion's den. Jonah and the whale, beautiful artwork. And the final one is Noah's Ark. Oh, no, not the final one. I left out the big one, Steve. We got Noah's Ark, and then, of course, the final one is the story of the birth of baby Jesus. And the artwork is just beautiful. And if you go to MyPillow, oh, yeah, if you go to MyPillow.com, you can get the MyPillow Bible Story pillows for 50% off when you use our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. Get them all. They're great gifts for the kids and the grandkids and the nieces and nephews and everyone. And this is a great deal. 50% off with the promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. You can also order by phone toll free 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code Kane. All right, now we're up against the top of the hour break. I'm going to give out the number, but see, I think what President Trump did with the Coco Chow thing was brilliant. What he's doing, Steve, is Truth Social is the place where you're going to go to talk about news and politics, not Twitter, not Facebook. And he has just gotten a week full free publicity from the cable networks that hate him, do not talk about his platform, and now they gave him all this publicity, and now the liberals are over there because if you want to respond to Trump and be where it's at, you got to be there. What do you guys think? I think what Trump did was brilliant. Steve thinks it was a mistake. Our number, 888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane is here. I'm Brian Craig. We'll be back with the final hour of today's show. 631. 888-465-2631. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane is here. I'm Brian Craig. We'll be back with the final hour of today's show.
The new Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 is here.
Steve Kane Show. Oh, I'll take you first then. Hold on. First time caller. Kiss of death. Be right back. Steve Kane Show.
True Oldies.
Hey, on.
Traffic check.
In West Palm Beach, things are being cleared up now on 95 heading southbound at Forest Hill Boulevard, but two left lanes are still blocked, but the secondary crash has been removed. With delays on the approach, still going back to Okeechobee Boulevard, so we were to take the military trail or the turnpike instead. The turnpike is incident-free, moving up the speed between Boca Raton and Jupiter. 95 heading southbound at Deerfield Beach at Hillsborough Boulevard. The accident has been cleared, but we're still seeing delays to the north. We're also seeing pretty heavy traffic on Boynton Beach Boulevard east and westbound between 441 and the Turnpike. In Boca Raton, we have a new multi-vehicle crash now on Glaze Road eastbound approaching Military Trail. This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. You might not have the biggest garage on the block, but with eBay Motors, there's 122 million parts right at your fingertips. Whatever you need, there's something that fits your vehicle: air filters, tires, seat covers, and more.
Steve Kane Show.
Parts at the right prices. ebaymotors.com.
Hold on.
Let's rock. Let's wrap it up. Chris Barr.
Here's your True Oldies ABC News Update.
ABC News Now, I'm Mark Remillard. It's the most serious case yet to stem from the January 6th riot at the Capitol. Federal prosecutors laying out their case against 5 members of the far-right Oath Keepers. 5 members of the far-right militia group, the Oath Keepers, facing decades behind bars. Trial kicked off Monday with the 5 defendants charged with seditious conspiracy, a rare and serious charge that carries a penalty of up to 20 years in prison. 5 have pleaded not guilty. ABC's Andrew Dimber. Russia continues its efforts to absorb 4 areas of Ukraine despite recent losses to Ukrainian forces and pushback that Western countries won't recognize their claims. Still, Russia's upper house of parliament has now ratified treaties to absorb those areas. Georgia Republican Senate candidate Herschel Walker denying a report claiming that he paid a woman to have an abortion. A report in the Daily Beast states that Walker, who says he opposes all abortions, paid for the procedure in 2009. This is ABC News.
Let's be real. Mopping is a hassle. You have to fill the bucket, sweeping a wet, heavy mop around, then cleaning the mop when you're done so it doesn't grow bacteria. A hassle on top of a hassle. Try Swiffer Wet Jet. With Swiffer Wet Jet, you start with a fresh pad and cleaning solution every time. And when you're done, you just toss the pad. Swiffer Wet Jet. The faster, easier, cleaner way to clean your floors.
Get it off your chest. Just call in 888-GO-CANE-1. Hello. You'll thank us later. The Steve Kane Show with Brian.
Yes, yes. There is only one opening on the board, Steve, so you just want to go to the calls? Let's do that. All right. 888-GO-CANE-1. That's the number. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Am I on?
You're on. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm Dan. I'm from Kentucky, the great old state of Mitch McConnell.
Oh, okay. And his wife?
Yeah. Remember back in the late 80s, early 90s, and his wife was in logistics through his family. This is when China was buying up most of our docks.
I remember the 80s and 90s, but I don't remember that, no. Oh, my goodness.
Her family was buying most of our docks up.
Docks? They were buying docks? Oh, you mean like it? What? Oh, seaport. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Oh, ports. Okay, docks at ports so they can control our goods, the Chinese, yes. Okay.
For a little bit, we call them docks. But, she ended up getting in trouble. That is the one reason why he ended up being given that $15 million from her family.
Well, I'll tell you this about Elaine Chao, okay? She's not a bad-looking woman, okay? She's an average-looking woman. Why did she marry this guy in Kentucky? It's certainly not because of his looks. How does a girl who is from a Trump-level rich family in China end up marrying? If Harvey Weinstein wasn't alive, would be the ugliest man alive.
A marriage based on financial expediency.
Well, no. I would say she is like Dianne Feinstein's chauffeur, or like who was that other one? Fang Fang. I would say she's an operative for the CCP. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Evidence you have to.
Well, that her family are still over there making hundreds of millions of dollars, and the $15 million they gave Mitch. That's it. I mean, he's
What rich people do.
Yeah, buy husbands with connections so they can infiltrate America. Yeah. Yeah, it's called spy. It's called being a spy. That is correct. Yes.
And people have known this for probably at least a decade.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, Kentucky, welcome to the show, and thanks for the call.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
All right, and take care of whoever's coughing back there, okay? All right, hope they don't have the COVID. 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, Vincent Wellington.
Oh, hey, Vince.
Yeah, I see this as the Democrats' last final straw of what they're trying to pull out of their bag of tricks. But, I mean, this whole Coco thing with Trump is just stupid. I mean, everybody's got a nickname, and DC probably knows that's her nickname. You know what I mean? Everybody that knows her and calls her that. I mean, there's very little chance that that's fake.
When you're using a racial slur to someone who's Asian, you don't use Coco. It could be it could be a racial slur.
The issue is the old question that has existed from the for years that we've been building up to this campaign. Do we want Donald can go either way. He can be polite and charming and positive, and he does it every week when we watch his rallies, and he's inspiring, and he fills you with confidence, and it makes you realize how much you wish he'd won that election instead of what happened. He can get nasty, and especially when beating up.
Well, who said he got nasty? He didn't beat up. Steve, let me tell you. No, it was not nasty. Listen, if her nickname is Coco, which I believe it. Well, she is, Steve. She's from China. Her family are worth hundreds of millions of dollars with the China. Hold on. Don't go away, Wellington. Hold on, Steve. If her nickname truly is Coco, and I believe it is, well, I don't have evidence that No, I'm not making it up. I'm telling you, I believe her nickname is Coco. That it's not her nickname, I would say I was wrong.
You'd say that it was a bad thing for him to...
No. But let me finish my point. No, I would not say that. But if her nickname is Coco, and I believe it is, okay, this is the thing, okay? No, I told you because she's rich and fancy, like Coco Chanel, and it's Coco, Chow. Ice-T's wife's nickname is Coco. She's a white girl, okay? If her nickname is Coco, President Trump knows her. She was in his cabinet. That may be what Trump calls her. He may call her Coco because that's what all her friends call her, right? So he may just said it because that's what they all call her, Coco. There's no racial thing there. How do you turn Coco into an Asian?
It's a racial thing. It just was. It comes off as nasty, and it comes.
No. Well, what do you think, Wellington?
I heard a story about her on Rush Limbaugh, and he even called her Coco back when he was alive in 2018. So I'm not doubting.
Wait, slow down. What you heard Rush Limbaugh say what?
Rush called her Coco McConnell.
Really? Ooh, how long ago was that? It had to be a couple years. He's passed.
2018.
Wow, what was that? Huh? So that's evidence that it is her nickname.
Anybody's going to know it. It's going to be Rush.
That's right.
Called Coco and Cookie. Coco and Cookie.
Cookie? Oh, man. So Coco, according to Rush Limbaugh, that's her nickname. That's what they know her as.
Just that, Steve. You got a man in Mitch McConnell that allowed his grandchildren to go be...
That's a different story. I don't stick up for Mitch McConnell. I can't wait to see the end of him. I mean, politically.
That's the reason why when you look at all these swamp creatures like Swalwell and all these people, they all have a spy around them. Feinstein, they had a spy around them.
Chinese spy.
There's spies around all these people. How do you think they were able to just...
And remember the Clintons, that Charlie Tree that brought all the cash to the campaign headquarters of Clinton, and then all of a sudden China's launching rockets into space? What does
that got to do with what we're talking about?
There's a major Chinese spy operation in Washington.
I understand that. You have to be brain dead.
And well, Coco is because Coco is part of it.
You're hung up on Coco. It's not Coco that is my point.
My question.
That's not the part. The point is it was unnecessary. In my opinion, it was an unnecessary shot that I think made not look like
Oh, I think.
who he is.
Oh, I think. Look at the dialogue he has going. Not just promoting Truth Social, but the dialogue about Mitch McConnell working for China. I think it's been awesome.
And this is exposing them more and more and more, Steve. That's what I was going to say. But my question for you is that if you've been in politics a long time, longer than I've been alive. So,
wow.
If you've seen the Chinese influence in our government, when would you say that you noticed it and it was apparent and you said it's a problem? What time era would you say that was? Was it when?
I can't put my finger on it.
What was the question again? I missed the question.
Certainly been lately. It's certainly been lately. That's for sure.
What was?
Over with all the followers. What's his name?
My question, Brian, to Steve is how long has China been an influence in our government?
Oh, I'll tell you when. I'll tell you exactly when. When Nixon went over there and opened it up. That was probably right then and there. Right then. Yeah, Nixon. Yeah. Now, I'm going to throw this out. I'm going to throw out something to people in the listening audience. I don't want to be one of these radio shows where, this is your homework, like they're a teacher. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to ask the help of the listening audience. And this isn't just to help me and Steve Kane and the show. This is to help our great President Donald Trump. Could someone find the audio soundbite of Rush Limbaugh referring to Elaine Chao as Coco? I think right now that would be a viral thing, and I would love people to hear that. Rush, you said you heard Rush Limbaugh in 2018. Caller, what difference does it make? Because they're calling him a racist.
Well, I didn't call him a racist. That's not my.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the media. And I think that would be beautiful. If anyone out there can find the audio of Rush calling Mitch McConnell's wife Elaine Chao Coco, please get that to me today. That would be, oh man, that'd be great. I'll start the show with it tomorrow morning, clearing President Trump yet again. Appreciate the call, man.
No problem.
All right, take care. Oh man, our number toll free 1-888-GO-CANE-1. See, this is the longest running radio show in Florida, which means the Steve Kane Show was on the air before there was an internet and there was no Google, right? And we used to go to our audience for things before the internet. Now we just Google it, you know. But this is one you're going to have to dig deep for. Audio of Rush Limbaugh calling Elaine Chao Coco. Vincent Wellington said he heard him say it in 2018. All right. Our number 888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631. We'll take a break and be right back. Heard him say it in 2018. All right. Our number 888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631. We'll take a break and be right back.
The Steve Kane Show, telling it like it is, whether you like it or not. Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
All right, and we are back. It's time to check in with Attorney Barry Siegel from the Siegel Law Group. Barry, good morning.
Good morning, Brian.
Great. What do you have for us this morning?
Well, a lot of us, if you didn't finish your taxes and send in your return in April, your return is coming up in less than 2 weeks, the final deadline for your personal taxes. And I'm not here to talk to you about taxes today, but about, we've all heard about the two certainties in life, death and taxes. And so the analogy is, some of us do our taxes where we do them ourselves or take them somewhere and just somebody, fills in the numbers and sends it in, and it's being reactive versus having, if you have a good CPA who helps you throughout the year and helps you prepare and plan ahead, then you get a much better result. It's the same thing with planning for end-of-life issues and estate planning. You could be reactive and do nothing and then have your family go through the whole probate process and go through that mess, or you can plan ahead, make sure that not only are you cared for during incapacity so that you have the right people in place to make decisions for you, but you also have the right plan in place so the right people get everything, the wrong people don't, and you avoid the messes of probate and guardianship. So planning is important for both taxes and for estate planning.
Yeah, it is. And also, who makes medical decisions? You don't want someone making medical decisions when you're incapacitated whose wife wants your house. You know, those kind of things can happen. Listen, it's always a free consultation with the Siegel Law Group if you mention you heard attorney Barry Siegel on the radio. Now, the Siegel Law Group has offices throughout South Florida. Their primary office is in Boca, but they have offices throughout Palm Beach, Broward, and Dade County. But no matter where you're located in the state of Florida, the Siegel Law Group can help. You can find them online, SiegelLawGroup.com, or give them a call, 855-FLA-3782, 855-FLA-3782. And Barry, I got your message and texted you back, and everything's taken care of.
Great.
All right, take care. All right, we'll be right back.
Grab your coffee and get ready to be triggered. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, cryptic message I left for the attorney Barry Siegel there at the end, but it was easier to do that and, call him. All right, welcome back. You with us, Steve? Okay, there's one opening on our board at 1-888-GO-KANE, 1-888-465-2631. I want to ask you this question. Callers on hold, stand by, but I want to ask you this question. Are you in pain? Well, if you are, that means you haven't called Dr. Philip Appleton and taken advantage of that no-charge consultation when you mentioned you heard about him on the radio and began your laser-away pain treatment. It'll be a month Thursday, Steve, that Dr. Philip Appleton rid me of my knee pain, and it has changed my life. I have more energy because I'm not in pain. Pain wears you down, doesn't it? It's awful. If you have arthritis, bursitis, sports injuries, work injuries, strains, sprains, post-surgical swelling, repetitive motion injuries, fibromyalgia, spinal stenosis, rotary tears, herniated discs, if you had surgery and you're in pain, if you got a joint that hurts, tennis elbow, neck, back, fingers, hand, call Dr. Philip Appleton. The laser away pain system works. I know it works because, well, I'm pain-free. Thank you, Dr. Appleton. Dr. Appleton's located in Pompano, about a mile north of Cypress Creek Road on the west side of Powerline. You can find him online at AppletonChiro.com. By the way, walk-ins are welcome. No appointment necessary. You can see him today, and he's open 6 days a week, the sixth day being Saturday. He knows when you're in pain, Dr. Appleton, that you need help. You need relief from your pain now, not next week. There's no injections, no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime with laser away pain with Dr. Philip Appleton. Here's his number, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. Make sure you tell him you heard about him on the radio so you can take advantage of that no-charge consultation. All right, every line on the board is lit, Steve. Let's go. That's right, let's go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, the mask lady.
Ah, yes.
I can't refer to anything about Rush, but I'm confused. Cocoa implies a light brown. If somebody is Chinese, I mean, that's yellow. So I don't even get it. What's the point?
I'm thinking because she's rich and fancy, it's from Coco Chanel. They call her Coco. Iced tea, yeah.
Head up, did you not?
It's a theory. It's a theory, Steve.
It's
a theory. I'll give you an example. Iced tea. Slow down, mask lady. Iced tea. I believe, I've been saying that all morning. I believe it's a nickname. I said I believe. It's not, no, I don't choose to use those words. I believe, in my opinion, it's her nickname. Let me give you an example. Mask lady, slow down. We'll get to you in a second. Let me finish my thought, mask lady, then I'll let you go. To Steve here. Ice-T, the rapper and actor. He's black, his wife is white, and her nickname is Coco. She's whiter than I am. She's like a saltine cracker, and they call her Coco because she's fancy and likes nice things.
Or
Coco's a nickname.
What I am saying, how is it a racial slur?
Because CNN and Brett Baer hate Trump, and they're telling people that it's a racial slur.
Yellow is Chinese. Cocoa is a light brown.
Correct.
I don't get it.
And the reason they're telling people that is because Trump handed them the...
No. See, you know I'm right when the mask lady's agreeing with me.
She's not agreeing.
Yeah, she's agreeing with me. No, she's agreeing with me. It's not a racial thing.
Saying, how is it racial?
It's not, well, because...
Racial.
Oh, Brett Baer thinks it is. Hey, let me... Thanks, mask lady. Let me play Brett Baer last night, and listen to this.
You have the former president over the weekend.
By the way, he has Youngkin on, who's distanced himself from Trump, so he figures he'll get some bashing of Trump from Youngkin.
When you have the former president over the weekend posting on Truth Social this statement that raises a lot of eyebrows and calls for, he says that Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell has a death wish and that he must seek immediate help and advice from his China-loving wife, Coco Chow. That's to quote from the Post. What do you say to that, and how do you react to it?
I love the dramatic question. What do you say to that?
Look, it's a rude quote.
No, it's not.
It's not, forget racist.
It's not rude. What's rude about it? She loves China. She's from China. You love New York. Am I anti-New Yorker?
Proof of the pudding is in the eating. What do you think we've been doing here all morning? We've been, or at least for the last hour, we've been talking about this stupid thing instead of talking about the great accomplishments of the Trump administration and when.
Well, I think we've been having. Yeah. I'm going to give you an honest answer. I'm going to give you a very honest answer, as I always do. No, I said as I always do. You didn't hear that part. You're waiting. I think what we have had is a very exciting discussion and program with exciting, interesting callers, as opposed to being terminal. They're being boring. Just reading off. Let me read off. President Trump built 3/4 of the wall. I mean, that's puts me to sleep.
It can be done in an interesting way.
Mm.
You under the impression I invented this controversy about whether Trump should go positive or whether Trump should go negative, or what the mix should be, or
I know all our lines are filled about this, and there's people are interested in setting the record straight against these slanders against our president, Donald Trump. That's what I think. You want to take some more calls? I mean, the mask lady agreeing with me is that's historic. Yeah, she did. She said it's not a racial comment. Good morning, call. Oh, then you agree with me too. All right, caller, you're on the air.
Good morning. This is Victor from Silver Spring.
Oh.
Hi, Steve. I listen to Rush Limbaugh regularly, and he also had an assistant, Coco.
Oh, my goodness, Coco. He had an assistant, he called her Coco? Oh, my goodness.
That mean?
Oh.
Oh, you're saying, okay.
It's a common nickname. It's a common nickname.
Say, Coco, can you get that up on the...
Oh. Unless she's black. You can't call black assistant Coco.
Maybe dark chocolate.
No. Oh, then you'd be in trouble. Coco's a common nickname. And I bet you that's what they call... I bet you that's what President Trump called her, Elaine Chao, in the White House. Coco. So it's not mean.
Caller, what is your impression of it? You've been listening to this. What do you make of the conflict?
You got to remember, Steve. The left will turn anything into a racial issue.
Right. So we shouldn't go out of our way to make it easy for them.
Exactly.
It doesn't make it easy for him. This makes it easy for us.
I've been called a racist.
You're blind. You don't even know what color what it is. How can you be racist when you can't see color?
That's very true, but I also say, coming from you, I'll take it as a compliment.
No, I'm serious. You're a blind man, right? Who would? How can you be a racist? You can't even see color. No, he said people call him a racist. Who is calling a blind man a racist? You can't see color.
Very little.
Oh, you can see. You're not really blind?
I'm not totally blind.
Oh, so you can see color. Oh, okay, I take that back. You can be. All right, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. I've got something to say. I want to ask Steve a question. Why does he think about President Trump suing CNN is a bad idea.
Did Trump go on CNN?
No, he's suing CNN.
Oh, he's suing CNN for defamation, $474 million. Yes.
Oh, I thought you said it was a bad idea.
No. I say it's a bad idea. The idea of creating this controversy or buying into this controversy.
Oh, Steve, we're out of time. We got to run for the break. I just looked at the clock. We'll be right back.
Tired of boring mornings? We serve controversy with your morning coffee. The Steve Kane Show. Oldies 95.3 and 96.9. The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s coming up this morning at 10 a.m. From the Tweery's Rare Coins and Jewelry Weather Center. Tweery's, the most trusted dealer in rare coins, fine jewelry, precious metals, and more since 1982. Here's the Oldies weather forecast.
Good morning, everybody. Hope your day's off to a great start. Our daytime high today will reach the mid-80s. We see partly cloudy skies and be dry throughout the course of the day with a light northwest wind. I'm WPBS outside. First warning meteorologist Sandra Shaw.
Follow Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 on social media. See what's happening in the community, have a laugh with some funny memes, and keep in touch with other good time Oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at Oldies South Florida. True Oldies. Traffic check.
In West Palm Beach, things are being cleared up now on 95 heading southbound at Forest Hill Boulevard, but 2 left lanes are still blocked, but the secondary crash has been removed. With delays on the approach still going back to Okeechobee Boulevard, so you may want to take military control over the turnback is incident free, moving up the speed between Boca Raton and Jupiter. 95 heading southbound in Jericho Beach at Hillsborough Boulevard. The accident has been.
All right, be right back, guys.
Delays to the north. We're also seeing pretty heavy traffic on Boynton Beach Boulevard, east and westbound 41 and the Turnpike. In Boca Raton, we have a new multi-vehicle crash now on Glades Road eastbound approaching Military Trail. This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. You might not have the biggest garage on the block, but with eBay Motors, there's 122 million parts right at your fingertips. Whatever you need, there's something that fits your vehicle: air filters, tires, seat covers, and more. Get the right parts at the right prices. ebaymotors.com. Let's rock. That's traffic. I'm Chris Barr.
Hello, this is Mike at Friendly Tire. I've been in business 30 years at the same location and offering great deals on new and used tires. I have many suppliers. Whatever car or truck you have, I can get you incredible deals on any tire. I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
Brian Craig here. I've suffered with massive pain in my knee for years, but not anymore. It's all gone, thanks to Dr. Appleton and his laser away pain system. I'm in studio right now with Dr. Appleton. Dr. Appleton, how'd you do it?
Well, I treated your knee pain with laser. Treatment is simple and no side effect. I have robotic lasers that have a wonderful effect on joint pain. These are all FDA approved.
Now, you don't just help with knees. Tell the listeners what other areas you can help them with.
Any joint I can do: shoulder pain, hip pain, sciatica, stenosis, arthritis, tendonitis, bursitis, from the foot all the way up to the neck.
Dr. Appleton is a chiropractic physician, and with the laser away pain system, there's no injections, no surgery, and no drugs. He's open 6 days a week, and same-day appointments are available. Call right now for your free consultation.
Steve Kane Show.
954-973-07.
Steve Kane Show.
954-973-07.
Go ahead. Steve Kane Show.
And make sure to tell Dr. Appleton you heard about him on the radio.
Steve Kane Show.
Hear that music? That means it's Christmas shopping season again. And when you're Christmas shopping, there's no better place to go than MyPillow.com. And with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, you will find the lowest prices ever on top MyPillow products. Right now, order your MyPillow My Slippers for $90 off in all sizes and colors for both men and women. The MyPillow that started it all is just $19.98. The 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper is 50% off. The MyPillow pet bed is 50% off too. There's also incredible savings on the 6-piece MyPillow towel set, the 100% Giza cotton dream sheets, the MyPillow bathrobes. Whatever special you see at MyPillow.com, you can take advantage of it with our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout at MyPillow.com. You can also order over the phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. Promo code KANE, K-A-N-E.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them. Plump, tender, and delicious, crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside, everything homemade, nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road.
Hey listener, welcome to Limu's Karaoke Lounge, where Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need, and the music never stops. Hit it! There's an emu with a full-time job. His partner's Doug, but Limu's the heartthrob. Grubs and worms, that's what Limu eats. Gotta fuel up to save you money and hit the streets! Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Florida Luxury Cabinets is your local cabinet showroom right in Boca Raton, specializing in custom cabinets and countertops, providing luxury design and installation, each style embodying a distinct character and a vibe that's unique to your personality and style. Stop to our showroom at Florida Luxury Cabinets for your free consultation. Florida Luxury Cabinets, 2621 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. Call 561-646-8560. That's 561-646-8560.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them. Plump, tender, and delicious, crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside, everything homemade, nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of St.
All right, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. Steve is here. And again, I want to say thank you to all the listeners who came out to Anne Marie's to meet Steve and myself on Sunday. And you ordered, which was, I mean, it looked delicious, Steve. You had the macaroni and cheese with lobster. Oh, my goodness. Well, I've already... Yeah.
Hold on, I'm salivating. I also had, for the first time at Anne Marie's, I had the pizza.
Oh, yeah.
And the pizza is the best pizza I've ever eaten. It's just unbelievable. The meat lovers pizza, they use imported pepperoni and the sauce. Everything is just absolute exquisite.
Well, because the portions are huge, and let me tell you, what I tend to do when Steve and I are talking to you about Anne Marie's in Pompano, on the corner, by the way, of US 1 Federal Highway in Copans, I usually am picking out what I'm going to order next. Now, when we were there on Sunday, I got a whole bunch of stuff, but one of the big entree I got, what I'm going to get next time. Next time I get pizza at Anne Marie's, Steve, I'm getting the Angel's Pie. You'll love this one. Listen to this. This is the Angel's Pie, and again, it's in the Big Jerry's New York Craft Pies. And remember, everything is homemade, including the sauces at Anne Marie's. Family owned and operated. They take great pride in the food that they serve you. This pizza, you're going to love this one. Angel's Pie, charred pepperoni, goat cheese, red onions, red pepper flakes, basil, honey drizzle, and red sauce. That's what I'm going to get next time I get pizza. Now, I know. Oh, man. We should do these commercials like right before 9 because I get so hungry, you know, and I can't eat until 9 o'clock. Anne Marie's is located in Pompano on the corner of Copans and US 1 Federal Highway on the northwest corner, and in the same shopping center as the movie theater. When you stop in, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. Can I change gears a little bit, Steve, if you don't mind? Okay, callers on hold, stand by. Kaylee McEnany, who's awesome, she's on Fox. Her sister has gotten together with others and created a new conservative dating app. And yeah, it's called The Right Stuff, and the left, of course, are making fun of it. I wanted to talk a little bit about it, but they put out a promo video, and these are girls. It's all girls that have profiles looking to meet conservative men on the new McEnany Family conservative dating app. Okay, here's the little ad they put out for it.
We brought in a group of conservative young women and wanted to get their honest opinions about what they're looking for in the guys they date. What are you looking for in a partner?
They just have to be a conservative. Definitely someone that wants to have kids. I like an independent man. Personally, I like the alpha male vibe. I want a man who really loves his family. Definitely someone whose faith is important to them. For me, it's someone who actually wants to meet my parents.
Why do you want to date a conservative?
For me, at least I know that we're going to start off with some shared values. Well, the conservative men I've dated at least know how to treat me like a woman.
In my personal experience, conservative guys have better manners.
I like that they understand their role in the relationship as a man. I just prefer my men to be masculine.
And what's the biggest red flag when it comes to dating?
A Democrat. No Democrats. A Democrat. Can't be a Democrat. A Democrat. That's easy. A Democrat. No Democrats. So no.
Okay, yeah, so this is Kayleigh McEnany's sister. She put this together with billionaire Peter Thiel. The conservative-only dating app is being mocked over profile prompts asking users to share their thoughts on the January 6th riots and reveal their favorite liberal lie. Basically what those girls want is they want to date real men, not some soy boy snowflake that doesn't know what gender he is. They want manly men. That's what they want. Manly men, guys. That's what they're looking for.
The woman would not date a guy that was, or that a man wouldn't date a woman that was liberal. I mean, I've been conservative most of my adult life, and I hate to be eliminated from the dating pool because of my...
Now, you can't, listen... I've been married. This year will be my 26th wedding anniversary in December. And part of the reason that we have a long and happy marriage is because we see the world in the same way. If I was married to some liberal, marriage would have probably been over 25 years ago. How can you be married to someone whose moral outlook on the world is completely the polar opposite? These are girls who want relationship, they want marriage. And you can't have a long-lasting, happy marriage if you have a different set of, you have a different set of morals, Steve. You don't even know what gender you are if you're a liberal these days. You know? Yeah, I'm telling you. And, now, I will say, you sleazy guys out there, the conservative girls are less likely to put out than the liberal girls. So, so there's going to be a lot of good guys over there on the conservative dating app. All right, let's go back to the phones. 1-888-GO-KANE-1. Now, I wouldn't be able to be married to a liberal. No way. There's no way that I could be married to a liberal. She'd have MSNBC and Rachel Maddow on all the time. It'd be awful.
I mean, obviously they're alike.
Yeah, if they didn't talk, But Steve, you're talking about from like an adult, grown-up perspective. When you're talking about people that are of usual dating age, right, early mid-20s, look at what's going on, right? They got Leah Thomas in the girls' room. There was a whole athletic team of girls that had been thrown off their team because a guy was using their locker room and getting naked in the showers in the girls' locker room. I mean,
let me tell you something. I mean, I know you are blessed with a daughter that is agrees with your...
I've got a daughter and a wife that are conservative. That is correct.
But I don't know.
I'm not talking about children.
My kids are not as conservative as I am. That's for sure.
Yeah, but you're not marrying them. I'm talking about dating.
And I live with them and all that,
Man, that's different. Kids are different. Kids are different. If you're looking to be in a relationship, especially in this day and age, you could not be... I'll throw this out there to people in the listening audience, because I know we got married people out there. Could you be married, men and women, could you be married to a liberal man or a liberal woman? I don't see how you could do it. I don't see how it would be possible to be married to a liberal. I'm not talking about kids. I'm talking about your spouse. You wouldn't agree on anything. It would be a disaster. You have a different moral code than your spouse if they're a liberal. In fact, they have no morals. That's part of the problem. Now, our number is toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. I think this conservative dating app, though, is, I don't know, I think it's probably doomed to fail, because what's going to happen, well, this is what's going to happen. Liberals are nasty people, and they're going to fill up the dating app with liberals that go over there to sabotage it, and the good girls and the good guys aren't going to want to be on there and be exposed to all of that. They're going to make it very difficult to the people that are there. Let me take a call. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Michelle.
Hey, Michelle.
Palm Beach.
Hey, Michelle.
No. Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
No, there's no way I could marry or date, or maybe, no, I'm married 30 years. There's no way I would be a liberal.
No, you could. If you're a conservative woman and you were married to a liberal, you would not be telling us that you were married for 30 years. You would be telling us when your divorce was.
Yeah, right? Exactly. Because my mom is liberal, and
I'm sorry.
Real problem with that.
I'm sorry. Yes. Yeah, but when you have a different moral code than your spouse, the marriage just is not going to work. Hey, listen, thanks for the call. We're up against the break. Callers on hold, stand by. Phones are ringing. 1-888-GO-CANE-1 is the number. 888-465-2631. I'm Brian. Steve Kane's here. We'll be back with a Gold Report after this. Phones are ringing. 1-888-GO-CANE-1 is the number. 888-465-2631. I'm Brian. Steve Kane's here. We'll be back with a Gold Report after this.
The longest running radio show in the state of Florida. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
All right, we are back, and each day at this time, and we have for many, many years here on the Steve Kane Show, we check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated. And, of course, we get the first look at the gold and precious metal markets for today, and also updated on what happened yesterday with the metals markets. William Youngerman, good morning.
Good morning, Brian. How you doing?
Great, great. How the metals looking this morning?
Metals looking good. Yesterday's huge gains, and, it started off the stock market, but the precious metals gained big time. And, in fact, silver putting in one of the largest gains we've seen in a long, long time. Up $1.69 on silver yesterday, closing out at $20.71. Gold up $39.50 on the close yesterday.
Wow.
$1,800.60. Platinum up $39 at $898, and palladium gaining $78 at $2,172 the ounce. This morning the rally continues as gold is up $8.40 right now at $1,709. Silver up another 15 cents at $20.85. Platinum up another $17 at $915, and palladium up $101 at $2,271.
Wow.
Taking advantage of that dip, people coming in. There's a short squeeze certainly going on the silver markets, which have been have a great reduction in the supplies in the COMEX and in the London Metals Exchange. So the metal is finding itself into being in a very short situation, and probably going to rise quite a bit more yet.
Well, things are on the move, and if you're not in the metals, now is the time. And if you already are, today's a good day to buy. Be a little more specific, William Youngerman. Let's first talk about silver, then gold. If someone calls, and remember, you can do business with William Youngerman over the phone, no matter where you're located. If someone calls today, what are you recommending they pick up so far as silver? What's the best deals you have on silver where they can get the most silver for their money today?
Well, the very best buy would be the 100-ounce silver bars. We have beautiful 100-ounce silver bars. That's going to be the least premium and the best buy right now. There's a huge short supply of smaller coins, and the Silver Eagle premiums are going through the roof. They're like $15 over the price.
Oh.
So it's time to buy 100-ounce bars if you can.
And you have those?
Yes, we do. Bars, and we have 10-ounce bars, which is a good value also.
Now, when it comes to gold, what do you have? What's the best buy specifically on the gold this morning?
Best buy on the gold still is the Australia's kangaroos, the 1-ounce kangaroos, beautiful pure gold coin that we sell literally thousands of. They are the best value. Also, the gold bars are good values too, but I really prefer the coin.
Yeah. Now, what I'm asking William Youngerman there is, when you buy your gold, when you buy your silver, what is he recommending you buy so you get the most gold and the most silver for your money? And that's what he just told us. Now, listen, again, no matter where you're located, you can do business with William Youngerman over the phone. He opens up at 10 a.m. His number, toll-free, 800-327-5010, 800-327-5010. Online, WilliamYoungerman.com, or stop right in at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca on the first floor of the Bank of America building, immediately east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. All right, great news today. We'll touch base tomorrow, William Youngerman.
Okay, thank you, Brian.
All right, back after this.
1977. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian.
Yes. All right, back to our phones. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. Yeah, you're on the air.
Brian, how you doing?
All right.
Brian?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, you called us. What's on your mind? We're doing all right.
Brian, West Palm Beach, far from West Palm. Hey, listen, I want to weigh in on that. There's no way that a liberal and a Republican could stay together. I don't believe in the opposites attract, first of all. So, yeah.
Well, if you're young and you're dating and looking to hook up, you don't care. Liberal's better for a lot of these college guys because the liberals girls are not as good as these conservative girls. But we're talking about is marriage, okay? And
it would be doomed. There's no way that would work.
Yeah. All right, appreciate the call from West Palm. I appreciate it.
Parade this weekend.
What parade would that be? Oh, is this the weekend? Is this the weekend? This is the weekend of the Ron DeSantis boat parade. Well, tell people about it. Where's it at?
Okay, well, it'll start up in Jupiter and end in Mar-a-Lago the 9th. That'll be Sunday.
Okay, so it's a Ron DeSantis boat parade. I guess it's starting at the Jupiter Lighthouse and goes down to Mar-a-Lago. All right. No. I'm not going to be in town this weekend. I'd like to be there, but I'm not going to be in town this weekend. I'm sorry.
I'll be there. I got a spot on my boat if you change your mind.
Okay, appreciate it. All right, take care. Appreciate it. Oh, man, I tell you, Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis, Steve, has won a lot of Democrats over because of the hurricane.
Well, he's very respectful to Trump, and he doesn't try to compete with Trump, and he's keeping the structure of the Republican Party together by avoiding these temptations that are thrown out there that are designed to split Republicans.
Yeah.
An important key to our success.
Now, even though I am out of town this weekend, I will not miss the Trump rallies. I'll be watching them probably on my iPhone at the undisclosed location. I don't know. I don't have the details on them yet. Yeah, now let me get, Fetterman. Now I know Fetterman, he must have just gone way up in the polls because we got this new story that Dr. Oz experimented on dogs and is responsible for killing a litter of puppies. It's on the Drudge Report this morning. I'm not making it up. He killed a litter of puppies, not just a puppy, Steve. He killed a litter of puppies. So we're going to let this communist become the senator because of this story that is probably not true. But anyway, Fetterman, he was talking about guns yesterday.
and we need to eliminate the filibuster and get some important and critical pieces of legislation accomplished, including gun safety legislation. I've always supported a ban to the assault rifle ownership. We should not have weapons of war in the hands of civilians. I have seen with my own eyes at the scenes in my community what a military-grade round does to the human body, and we have no need for civilians to own those kind of weapons.
Okay, now a couple of things about this with Fetterman. Now keep in mind, he's the Dr. Oz may have killed puppies, but Fetterman saw a black man jogging down his street and grabbed a shotgun and chased him down. Okay, so that's maybe he shouldn't have a gun. And also, he talked about a weapon of war being used on a person, and he's seen this. I'd like to hear the details about that. But what he's talking about here is confiscating your guns. He wants to go to the Senate so he can confiscate our guns. And you hear him talking about it right there. Just because he chases innocent black people around who are exercising with his guns doesn't mean the rest of us who are gun owners are unsafe like him. Okay? And then Carrie Lake, who's another one of the Trump political apprentices, she had a run-in with a pro-abortion reporter yesterday. Did you catch this? Oh, I love Carrie Lake. Carrie Lake is so good. Listen, you hear her better than the reporter, but she's taking questions at a press conference. She's got this pro-abortion reporter, Carrie Lake, and this is the exchange.
Abortion is effectively banned in the state right now. Tell me, is that something that you support?
I support saving as many lives as possible. And what I really want to know, and I've been waiting, I tune into you guys all the time. I want to know where Katie Hobbs stands, but I never hear you guys ask her that.
Okay, now Katie Hobbs is the Democrat who's running against her. They don't ask her any questions.
I really want to know, and I've been waiting. I tune into you guys all the time. I want to know where Katie Hobbs stands, but I never hear you guys ask her that. I'm pro-life. My plan would be that every woman who walks into an abortion clinic know that there are options out there. They don't have to choose that. There's families who would love to adopt a baby. And right now, the way it's been going, they go in and they only have one option.
That's it.
Nobody tells them that there's other options. We want to help our women. If they're afraid, we want to help them. We want to give women health care, and I want to help people. But I really challenge you, and I'm happy to get back to you on this, when you find out where Katie Hobbs stands, because let me tell you where she stands. She supports abortion right up until birth and after birth.
That's right.
She supports if a baby survives a botched abortion, that baby die on a cold metal tray.
Oh my goodness.
None of you ever try to get her to talk about her stance. So get back to me after you do.
Thank you.
And tell her.
Isn't she great, Carrie Lake? I love her. She's awesome. And she's good looking too. I think one of the rallies is in Arizona for Carrie Lake this weekend. Well, they're happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Contented.
And I would argue that these conservative women, their opinion on abortion is much more relevant because men actually want to have sex and impregnate some of these women as opposed to, these Democrat women that, whoo.
And women, they're,
yeah.
This is the best you can have.
Yeah, 100% effective, in fact. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Some of them calls erectile dysfunction, Steve. You're on the air.
Yeah, so the election was...
Oh my goodness. This guy... I'm not going to say... I'll tell you after the show who that was, Steve. I'm not even going to comment on it. You didn't even hear them. But I heard them, but I'll tell you after the show. I'll call you. Yeah, so today we've covered so many good things. Oh! Let me pull this story up. I'm so glad I didn't forget to bring this story. I want to get the details of it. This is an amazingly sick, twisted story. They're all about this gender reassignment and stuff, and there's a lot of... They're doing it on children now. In Philadelphia, there's a doctor who is involved in... has one of these gender clinics, right? They have a gender clinic. You go there, you get your gender changed. And they do this on children, too. Change your kid's gender. Now, you can't change it back, especially if they go from boy to girl, because once it's gone, right? But she talked about the research that went into this and what she did. Listen to this. This is the gender clinic doctor in Philadelphia. That's federal. I know what Dr. Oz and the puppies they're upset about, but I'm more upset about this. It's a medical procedure and medical treatment, so you have to run tests. she talks about how she got test subjects for this gender stuff. Listen.
We recruited folks from a variety of places across the city of Philadelphia in our own HIV clinic and gender clinic, as well as at Covenant House and in some other community-based organizations and aid services organizations.
Okay, so what she's Covenant House is a runaway place. So they went and found runaways, children who were runaways, who were suffering, some of them with AIDS, and they recruited them for their experiments. I mean, this is like Mingala, Steve. I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah, in our own HIV clinic and gender clinic, as well as at Covenant House and in some other community-based organizations and aid services organizations that serve young trans women in Philadelphia. We also tried to recruit individuals through social media, and I just want to take a moment to talk about research methods when it comes to young trans women and recruitment, and was recently having a conversation.
Well, gender changing isn't something you recruit people for. You don't come out and say, be all you can be transgender, and talk people. That's talking people into it, right? You don't recruit people are born the wrong gender, we're told, and come to you for help to do a medical procedure. You don't go out and sell it to them like you're an army recruiter. You know what I mean? I mean, this is, boy, and she recorded herself and put that online, doing medical experiments on runaway children, talking people into it. I mean, this is really some rough stuff. If you're on hold, I'm sorry, we're out of time for our calls today. We don't have time to take another caller, but I do want to tell people that if you have been hit with the hurricane damage, no matter where you're located in Florida, call Tom Laporta from Laporta Contracting. In particular, if you have a homeowners association situation. He is an expert when it comes to dealing with HOAs, and Tom Laporta, I know he's already helped a lot of you who have been hit by this hurricane in Florida last week. He's a good MAGA guy. He covers the entire state from the Panhandle to Key West and everywhere in between. His number, 954-604-4602, 954-604-4602, online, LaportaContracting.com. He rebuilt your entire house, Steve. I mean, and he did a great job. Well, listen, guys, we'll be back tomorrow, and I'm glad we clarified everything going on with Herschel Walker and the October surprise slanders against him. We only touched on one of the attacks on President Trump. I've got more we'll get into on the program tomorrow. We just don't have enough time to go through all of the daily slanders against our great president. But we'll be back tomorrow morning touching on those. Well, he's doing 2 rallies this weekend, so we'll get into that as well. And if you missed a portion of the show, well, first off, shame on you. Don't miss a portion of the show. But if you do, go to our radio station website, oldiesouthflorida.com. And at oldiesouthflorida.com, every day, about an hour after we go off the air, the entire show is uploaded right there on the podcast page, and they're archived up there as well. That's oldiesouthflorida.com. God bless America, and God bless Donald Trump. See you tomorrow. The entire show is uploaded right there. Hey, guys, thanks for tuning in. I got to run. But before you go, make sure you like the video and subscribe, all right? Take care again, everyone. Thanks for watching.